All right, welcome, folks. Welcome back. This will be game number 7 of Civ4 AI Survivors, season number 6. We have our last game of the opening round that only has 6 leaders as opposed to 7. So, last of our smaller games here for the opening round. As far as what the community is thinking, right now Mansa Musa is the favorite. He is the pool 1 leader, top seeded leader in this match. And he was picked to win by right around 50% of the entrants. I think it was like 48%, but he's a big favorite overall. And the second place, the favorite for second place is Mao. He's our pool 2 leader. So a lot of chalk picks in the picking contest. A lot of Mansa first, Mao second. I don't like either of them. I have picked Mansa first to die. I explained this in more detail before I started the recording, but I don't like his start. I think he's going to research a religion. I think he's going to found a religion and have diplomatic issues with the leaders to the south. He's the highest peace weight in the game, and he doesn't have early medals. The only early medal he has is this iron, and he's not even guaranteed to get this. He probably does, but there's a very real chance he gets attacked when he doesn't have medals by one of the other leaders in his neighborhood. Anyway, hi there, first time chat from Yolkfolk Prince. Good to have you here. So I have instead gone with Izzy for first. I don't like Isabel as a leader. I think she's a bad leader, but I do love her starting position, which is really, really strong. And I have Peter for second because his starting position also looks very good to me. And I think he runs over one of these leaders. So for me, if Roosevelt's the first to die, that's good for me in fantasy because I have Roosevelt in the fantasy contest. And if Mansa's first to die, it's good for my picks in the picking contest because I picked him first to die. All right, why don't we go ahead and get started then? So let's kick this off and see what's underway. All right, so first of all, Izzy's on a religion. Mansa also on a religion. I was pretty confident he would go for a religion. Mao's on fishing because he's got a seafood resource. Peter's on fishing because he's got a seafood resource. And Mehmed's on hunting because he's got ivory at his start. Let's see where the settlers are headed. Welcome those of you who are just getting here. We're slightly earlier than usual in starting. Okay, so Peter is not going where I thought. I thought Peter would go to the gold. Instead, he's apparently going for this resource cluster. Okay. Roosevelt's going west. Mansa is heading west. I guess that's better than north. Mehmed is going north. Izzy's going north. Mao is going south? Why is he... What? Where is Mao going with this settler? Okay. Uh, I don't know if this was the best place to choose. I guess it could be worse. I mean, he has double food resources, I guess, but I feel like this is a not does not claim a lot of land, to say the least. This marble could be bad too, because it might induce him to start going wonder crazy. All right, who else has settled? So Mehmed has gone up here. He's picked a pretty crummy spot for a city. But if he expands borders, then it'll be decent because he'll get the pigs in range. He did not expand toward Isabella, which is noteworthy. Izzy has founded. Okay, that's not the tile I thought she'd be on. She has managed to put the fish in the second ring, which is really dumb. But she's going to get a holy city here in 5 turns, so it won't matter. And then she'll be able to work vote it. I guess if she knew this was going to be a holy city, it's not the worst spot. It misses the gold, but this will hit 100 culture pretty quickly and pick up the gold. And it'll pick up the copper at 100 culture too, which is not far away. And she's already building work boats for her. Resources there. Mansa has not settled up yet. Peter picked a spot that's almost good. All the resources in the second ring. Now, if he does the Russian I never research mysticism thing, this could actually be a pretty terrible city. I guess it's on a plain till tile. That's about the only thing I can say, recommending it. Anyway, thanks for subscribing, Headwinder. After slapping me around in Teamfight Tactics, you give a little bit back by subscribing with Prime. And Roosevelt, this is a pretty good spot. He gets a food bonus, another one in the second ring. Narrowly misses the orphans the fish, which is dumb, but I guess we can't get everything. The nice thing for him is he gets this connected immediately because he starts with agriculture, and that means his settler's going to be out quickly. All right, Mansa went to the west. He picks a spot that does have a plains cow, so he's going to need to get animal husbandry. He's got multiple animal husbandry resources. Good production with plains cow, but pretty low on food. I guess it's okay on food because it has a floodplains tile. If he farms the floodplains, he'll be okay. So not too bad, and does expand towards the middle of the map. That said, he didn't go south, which maybe he needed to do, but I don't know. We'll see. So Izzy's going to found her religion. There's Mansa sinking the first 15 turns of the game into religious stuff. But he'll get a religion, so this will pop borders, because I don't think anyone else can beat him to this religion. So he will expand borders, get another floodplains tile. Izzy, we know, is going to found Christianity, so there's the pop-up. She always will pick Christianity for her. If you have choose religions on, which we do. Choose religions is more interesting than Buddhism and Hinduism being the only religions we see in every game. Yeah, so now she really should cancel the monument and build a workboat, but the AI doesn't function like that. Building workboats at the capital. All right. So elsewhere, Peter picking up agriculture for his wet corn. That's a nice, good sign for him. Izzy does not lose a turn of anarchy because she's spiritual there. Mal is now on hunting. If he's going hunting into animal husbandry, let's see if he's doing that. That's what he needs to do here. He has not queued up animal husbandry yet, so we'll see if he's smart enough to pick that tech next. It's what he definitely needs. And everybody's cities have now been founded at this point. Oh, wait a minute. She did actually cancel the monument. Wow, she did cancel the monument. Huh. AI being a little smarter than usual. Needed to research agriculture, though. But maybe she's going animal husbandry. Let's see. Mehmed, haven't checked in on him. So again, the benefit of having Ottoman starting text, agriculture wheel, he can connect this, and then he connected the ivory. So not bad. Not bad out of the gate here. Now researching archery because of his militaristic tech flavors. That's kind of dumb, but not the worst start out of him. Let's see who's going to be the first one to get a settler out. I believe it's going to be Roosevelt because of his, he's building it in the capital and he has, oh wait, what the? Why the workboat? I guess he can use it for exploring, but that's kind of sad. Anyway, kind of sad. But yeah, it looks like the first settler will be Roosevelt. Izzy is frantically building workboats in her cities. Maybe she'll build a settler once this hits size 4. All right, hey, that's smart. She should build this pretty quickly once the workboat connects. 10 turns. I guess it's not that fast, but... oh, early animal husbandry. Wow, look at this. Way to go, Izzy. Yeah. Way to go, Izzy. Actually making intelligent choices on the tech tree. And because she has double animal husbandry resources. Anyway, so Mansa gets his religion. And then we'll have to see what spreads where, because how these religions spread is going to influence the game pretty heavily. Pretty heavily. I still think it's more likely for Christianity to spread here, just because I think Izzy's going to research sailing at an early date. But I mean, Mansa's religion could spread, and in that, if that, all of you who have Mansa Musa need to be rooting for his religion to spread like a lot, because he also does not lose a turn of anarchy for spiritual. That's his route to success in this game. Islam spreads to Mehmed. Mehmed goes charging off to attack Izzy. Mansa techs away in peace for ages and ages. That's his successful pick. So a lot's going to depend on how the religion spreads. All right, let's see where Roosevelt sends this settler. Sending it to the south, it would appear. Towards Roosevelt. Or towards Peter, excuse me. He is Roosevelt. Some nice land here. If these two are close, then they could easily get pulled into war with one another. I'm kind of hoping Peter will go after Mansa, but Roosevelt might, if he settles right on top of him, might be more of a candidate. That's a good spot for Roosevelt. Double food resources, horses. Is that Peter's source of horses? Just out of curiosity. Does Peter have another source of horses nearby? There's one over here, but this could easily be Peter's source of horses stolen away by Roosevelt. Not be good for Peter if that's the case. Alrighty. So, we're starting to see some more settlers popping out from the other leaders. Let's see where they're going. Is that a set? No, that's just a worker. And that's also a worker. Usually if you can see a unit. All right, so Peter just finished. Now where Peter sends this will be interesting. All right, looks like he's moving away from Roosevelt. He could always settle in this river valley over here. Nope, heading in the opposite direction. So Mehmet or Nance's settler is on the way. And apparently he wants to be on the coast over here. Alrighty. That's one place that one could put a city down. That is a place to put a city. I'm somewhat confused by planting on the sheep, which does not even get you any bonus yields on this tile. Instead of one tile to the south where you could actually work the crabs and connect this and get horses in range too. But okay. Oil secured. The AI does not cheat with regards to that. Oh, so this is really bad for Izzy. This actually might torpedo the pick that I made. This Barb City is horribly placed because this is where her third settler was almost certainly going. Horrible luck for Izzy in this game. Now she's going to be unable to settle this location. Yikes. That's just the kind of thing that you can never predict. Like, why would the Barb City pop up here and not in this vast hinterland? Oof. Yikes. That makes me feel so much worse about the pick I just had. Oof. Wow, that's just this is totally random. The Barb cities can pop up anywhere, but again, I'm not trying to harp on this point, but that is such horrible luck for her that pops up there because I'm sure she would have put her next settler probably right here. Yikes. The reason you picked her for second and not for first is because a Barb City would pop up on turn 25 right on her border. Okay. I guess Link Mario Samus is playing 300. Is playing 10-dimensional chess here. No, it's just pure RNG, but it's very unlucky for her. Just a bad bit of luck, unfortunately. You can't predict where the barbs are going to spawn. It's random. All right, so Mal's got a settler out as well. And let's see, right here. So we do have the 1% odds that the barb archer kills this, but I doubt that would happen. Yeah. Didn't even get one hit in. So Izzy has instead chosen to settle on the silver, which is also a rather poor choice. But it will get her another happiness resource once she... Wait, does she not have mining tech? No, she has to have mining tech because she has bronze working. Okay, she needs to get wheel tech now. Yeah, she needs to connect these resources with the wheel. Um, like she just needs to build a road through here, and then I guess she will get that copper early, but kind of a weird decision. Oh well, we'll see what she chooses to do because her resources are not connected thanks to um, not having roads built. I would have argued that you should research the wheel first and bronze working second. That might be handy, but whatever. This city does not pass silver to the capital. If Madrid's borders expand, it actually will, because then there'll be a sea connection within her territory. But as of right now, no. Hey, what's Mehmed doing? Does he have a settler out? He seems to be the. Yes, he does, and he's building Stonehenge. That's pretty handy. So he's going west, and it looks like he's going to get Stonehenge. Boy, he had an archer go down to 0.1 health, but he had a second archer, so he should be okay. All right, that's a nice wonder for Mehmed. Give him credit for picking that up. Now his borders will actually expand up here, which is what he desperately needs in this city to get resources in range. Now does not have copper, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he doesn't have a source of copper, so he's unlikely to engage in early aggression. That denies Izzy her Stonehenge build. Wow, that just... I keep harping back on this, but that just screws her over so much having that having that settlement there. It just blocks her from her natural route of expansion is like here, 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 and it just blocks her from doing that. That just screws her game so hard. Oh well. R.I.P. my pick. The predicted Izzy boxing is starting. Well, I mean, Yeah, sure. Boxed in by the I like don't try to argue this is like a brilliant like you guys saw a Barb City dropping there. It's just it's really bad luck for her. I don't know what else to say. Whatever. Just a Barb City popping up in the wrong place at the wrong time. They pop up in when I've replayed the maps, they pop up in random spots. They're different every game. Just like I said, bad luck. Anyway, so Mansa's on double settlers. That's good for him. I think that this early game has actually unfolded really well in Mansa's favor, just in the RNG of what's happened. Yeah, he trolled a city here, but like this has gone pretty well for him thus far. Like Peter not getting the horses, is he getting stopped there? But the real thing will be where the religions spread. That's like the big thing is where do the religions spread in this game, and that's going to be another big RNG bit of luck. So yeah, Mansa's got the score lead to start right now. I'm trying to check in on what the other leaders are doing. Let's see if anyone has a settler out right now. I think, is this a Peter set? Yeah, Peter has one. And is that one from Izzy? No, she has two workers in there. Her workers can't do anything because they can't build roads, so they're just like chilling in her capital or in her holy city right now. Needs to research wheel. As I said, Izzy's not a good AI, and you can kind of see a little bit of why with stuff like that. All right, so Peter, he should be able to settle. Oh, he already has copper. Did he research bronze working already? I thought I saw him on that. No, he is not. He went pottery wheel, not for early bronze working. Which is probably a better pick anyway. But sooner or later he'll connect that. Mansa on early pottery as well, so he can start getting those cottages down. Yeah, I didn't like his land very much, but he's actually making good use of what he has here right now. He just farmed everything. He still, I was gonna say he still doesn't have animal husbandry, but he just connected it. Yeah, Mansa not settling the iron could be an issue. Now no one else has claimed it yet, but and he did just finish some settlers, so we'll see. As of right now, Peter gets another pretty good city. It's a bit dry, but not bad. Needs to expand borders. Peter's lack of something to expand borders is kind of hurting him right now. He needs to get mysticism. Instead, he's building the Great Wall, which is like whatever. Not so sure about that. Okay, here comes another skirmisher with a settler in tow. Can we see Mal's tile improvements? Yeah, he looks like he just got animal husbandry, but otherwise he doesn't have anything connected. Yeah, it looks like he just got animal husbandry thus far. Well, something's been killing the archers here because there's only a couple of them left. There's only two archers left, so Izzy's actually been killing some of the archers. She has a settler out too. But Mansa is he had a settler over here, didn't he? He actually has two settlers over here walking around. Um, but Izzy just finished bronze working, so presumably she will connect this. Now she needs to get wheel. Is she smart enough to research wheel? No. Oh no, the curse of Izzy. No. Ah. She's on masonry. She just needs wheel. No. You've got bronze working and gold and all these resources, but she doesn't have wheel to connect them. Ah. Why are you so dumb? Why are you so dumb? You have early copper. I guess she can technically build military units in this city. Oh my god. The wheel isn't a Hindu Jewism tech. Ugh. So Mehmed settled this city over here. Jeez. She's no, I just checked. She's not on masonry monotheism, but she is on masonry. She doesn't even have a stone or marble resource. It doesn't even make sense. All she needs is to build roads on these tiles and then connect that gold. I did not anticipate that her resource rich start would be ruined by literally not researching the wheel tech. It's completely insane that you would just not research wheel. Oh boy. Well, at least her borders are gonna pop and then she'll connect these two cities, but it's totally insane. just can't get over. Oh wait, no. Oh, she's missing this tile. I forgot. She doesn't connect because she's missing this tile. Looking at her working all those unimproved tiles. Oh my god. Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. She literally just needs to build roads. Oh well, her early research is pretty good because she's got all those water tiles. Anyway, Mao is in last place in score. Not a surprise there. Peter is going wonder crazy. That's bizarre. Why is he building all these wonders? I don't get it. Meanwhile, Mansa is expanded, double expanded to the west out here. This is a nice spot. I never thought he'd get here. Um, but yeah, he's expanded all west, which has left a little bit more room for Mehmed, and we've got a Barb City in the middle of the map. But Mansa having 5 cities is pretty impressive at this stage of the game. Only one archer left on Barb City. Nah, there's 2 archers in here. There's more roaming around over here. This city just spawned. Mansa gets the gold before Peter does. That would be surprising if he did, but Peter building double wonders is a bad sign. He doesn't have stone. I'm really shocked that he chose to go for 2 wonders here. All right, let's get the overview screenshot just so that we can. Middle of the map is still very open right now, so whoever might want to settle it. Mansa's doing a lot better than I expected here in the early game. He's been looking pretty strong. My thinking that he would just fold is not happening at all. In part because some of the other leaders have not been doing a very good job. Peter has really been a disappointment. I can't believe that he's building these wonders. Very strange. He has a very low build wonder preference, so I wonder if this is just a bizarre dice roll on his part. Typically doesn't build a lot of wonders. I mean, I was right that Mal's doing very little. He's off to a slow start. But and Izzy's, I'm not going to build any oh yeah, see this is the problem. Izzy's building City Raider Warriors. See, the Barb City just totally screws her programming. Again, I've said this like 8 times. This has completely screwed up her game by having the Barb City there. She rushes out warriors with City Raider promotions to try to kill the archers. It actually is kind of working, so maybe she actually does get this. Never mind. This might actually work. Maybe she gets a free city out of this. Because there's 4 warriors, and there's only 1 archer left. Now there's 2 more archers next to the city. I don't know who moves first. I believe that the AIs move, and then the barbarians move. I believe. So I think she maybe captures this city, and then these barbs... I don't know. Let's see what happens. She captured the city, and then these random barb archers recaptured the city. That's a bad break for her. Because she did take the city, and then she was unlucky that there were other barbs next to it. AI moves first. Yeah. Poor Izzy. Now, again, if she had built roads via the wheel tech, she would have been attacking with axes instead of warriors. And she can build them out of this city, but she can't build them anywhere else. She would just build roads. Literally, if she would just build roads. Kind of unbelievable. All right, Mehmed is continuing to expand. So Mansa's gone and gotten everything to the west, but Mehmed has gotten a lot of land to his south. This iron resource is still going to be pretty important to see who gets it. And there is an iron deep up in the north, potentially for Mansa to grab as well. All right, Mansa is building a wonder, so that will probably slow down his snowball a little bit. Peter has just wrecked himself with these wonders. I can't believe that he's went double wonder. I don't believe he has any settlers out on the map. Nope. What's this? An unguarded Mal settler? Just wandering around by itself? Good question. Can we get an overview of relations? Yeah. Well, so here's if you're wondering why I was not keen on Mansa, this is a thing. He is the worst enemy of everyone else in the game. They are all annoyed with him, except Roosevelt, who loves him. But even Roosevelt can declare war at please, for what that's worth. Like, that's also a problem for Mansa. But he is very strong at the moment. Like he's clearly the strongest AI, leading in score, but there's a lot of danger potential for him because some of these other AIs are going to hook up metals, and he might potentially get stuck in a situation where he doesn't have metals. So anyway, now Izzy's researching archery. Cool. Just never research the wheel. You've got like again, the reason why I picked her is because she has a ton of resources, and then she just decides she won't research the wheel and connect any of them. Are you kidding me, Izzy? What is wrong with you? She should be able to get this Barb City though, because there's one archer in it, and she's got an axe, and she's soon gonna have two axes. But well, sooner or later she should move them out. Instead, she's moving it down here. I don't understand what she's doing. I don't understand what Peter's doing. Mehmet is actually doing the best out of the low piece weight leaders because he's not doing insane stuff. Anyway, thanks for the comment, Pyroclastic Waddling. Did Peter crash his economy? Let's see. No, he's just upgrading units. Apparently, he's running 80% gold. Good question, but apparently he has not. Apparently he has not crashed his economy. He looks like he canceled the pyramids build, which is the smart decision to build units. Is he plotting war with someone? Just out of curiosity. No, but he canceled the wonder build. Maybe he realized that he should actually build settlers. I mean, he's got the early copper, which is, or the early copper connected. So, he's going to have a high power rating early on. Mansa is actually on double wonders now. Mansa might very well steal this Great Wall that Peter's been building for ages right out from under him. Be kind of devastating for Peter to sink that many turns into an early wonder and then get nothing. I mean, I guess he'd get fail gold out of it, but he's not building it with oh, he has marble? Then why was he building all stone wonders? Whatever. I don't understand his actions. I'm deeply confused by some of these. Also, Izzy's walking a settler down here. Is she going to settle on this tile? Surely not. What is she doing? Her actions have been so bizarre in this game. She has double settlers sitting in her capital. And now Mehmed has settled all this territory. All right, Izzy's done. She's not winning this game. She's done. She's totally failed at this opening. You're right. This is an illegal spot. It's not even legal. She's made a complete mess. She had this gorgeous starting position, and she's completely and utterly failed it. I'm just shocked at how badly she has played this. She's now finally on the wheel, but like it's too late. Between the Barb City popping up here and her own bizarre actions, she's not winning this game. My pick's already. We're like 20 minutes into this game and it's already a wreck. She's already done. On the other hand, Mehmed's looking pretty strong. Now, if he could just get a metal resource. Yep, so Mansa gets the Great Wall, which ruins Peter's. I'm building this forever and not going to get it. Meanwhile, Roosevelt's settling the tundra up in the north. These are not high quality cities, but any city is usually good for the AI. Up, and Mansa's gonna have metal. Okay, he settled this, so he will have a metal resource once he connects. Once he gets iron working. So that even though he has not grabbed this iron, he's been able to get this one up in the north. Yeah, just Peter has. So my picks have been pretty terrible. Peter has decided to not. Somehow he was unable to settle an early gold that's 4 tiles from his capital. It's a floodplains river valley with a gold resource, and it's 4 tiles from his capital, and he hasn't settled it. Like, what is he doing? How could this happen? And Izzy, apparently, despite having like one of the richest starting positions we've ever seen, has managed to not be able to get out of it. Mao is also settling the tundra, although he is researching Great Lighthouse. So maybe all of you guys who picked Mansa first, Mao second are going to stumble into this and it's going to work out, even though I really don't think those were good picks. But, oh well. This stack should capture the Barb City. Maybe that'll be enough to get Izzy out of whatever's going on with her. But, like, she's kind of gotten boxed. As you guys said, she's kind of gotten boxed in now. What an archer attacked out of the city to kill something? killed it with a warrior. What is this axe doing? She turned. This is one of the all-time. This is so frustrating to pick Izzy and then have her be like, "Nope, I've got 2 settlers, but I'm not going to settle them. I'm just going to have them walk in circles in my territory." Um, I really, really think that the Barb City being here is just completely screwing with her AI programming. Like she just doesn't know what to do, and the settlers just randomly wander around in circles instead of actually settling. As I said, it's pretty frustrating if you picked her as I did. Um, it is literally painful to watch her stumbling around. Peter is still on 4 cities about 70 turns into the game because he inexplicably decided to have his capital and his second city build wonders. And he doesn't even have a high build wonder emphasis in his AI programming. He just like randomly decided, I'm going to go crazy. Now, and now we have Mansa founding another religion. This could be bad for him if it spreads to other leaders that are nearby. Like, no one else has picked up his religion yet, so that actually could be bad. All right, there is an axe here. So if axe beats archer, then Izzy would capture this city. Oh, she took the city. Yay! Now she can finally get more settlers out, and her AI programming can stop being all terrible. But Mehmed has quietly taken over the whole region. The Stonehenge build was really good for him, like really good. Now he just needs to get iron working. I don't think he has that yet, but like that's now the key tech for him. He's gotten most of the ancient age techs though. So yeah, I mean, well, he needs to get iron working, connect his iron, and start chopping down the jungle. But he's in a really good spot right now. Again, the hugely important will be who picks up his religion. All right, now that's very random. Mal picks up the religion from Mansa Musa. That's just, again, the RNG of how religion spread. Just pops up in this city for some reason. Of course, Mal doesn't care that much about religion, but it does get him to cautious with Mansa Musa. Right now, Izzy's angry with him. Peter's annoyed at +1, which is pretty funny. Worst enemy of Isabel, worst enemy of Peter. Mehmed's cautious. Remember, Mehmed doesn't declare war at pleased, so he can't declare on Izzy and he can't declare on Peter. So if he fights someone, it's most likely to be Mansa Musa. I can't imagine that he's plotting war yet, because no, he wouldn't plot war because he doesn't have a resource connected. But Peter's plotting war, so that's noteworthy. He doesn't really have a position to fight somebody, though. Hey, he got another city down here. Still doesn't have mysticism or animal husbandry. What the heck? Like, he has no culture in any of his cities, but apparently he's going to fling himself at someone. He is not in a strong position, though, to say the least. All right, Izzy is finally connecting roads. Where are her settlers? We know she has 2 of them. Domestic units. All right, there's one in. There's 2 here. Wait, she has 3 settlers unused? What the heck? 3 settlers that are built but not actually used to establish cities? WTF. I don't get it. Whatever. All right, so this is one of the most important spreads. Mehmet has picked up Izzy's religion, and that is significant because he's pulled away from a potential alliance with Mansa. And it's spread along the sea, as I thought would be most likely to happen. So he is, yeah, he's going to get a minus to religion. So he drops down to annoyed with Mansa. That is not good news for Mansa Musa. He wanted Mehmed to get his religion. Mansa builds another wonder. So Mansa now needs to get iron working so he can build metal units. He's in some danger until he gets them connected. And the middle of the map is still pretty open right now. So Mehmed has room to expand there. He's been doing a good job of expanding. So Mansa adopting organized religion does mean he can spread his religion. So we'll see if he tries to push his religion into his neighbors. That would probably be the best decision he could make. Try to convert his neighbors so that they're less likely to target him. And Mao picks up a wonder that is good for him because all of his cities are coastal. but you can see he's in a weak position. Unfortunately, my top two picks are both horribly struggling in this game. Izzy's been kind of cut off by Mehmed. Mehmed's looking pretty strong though. I mean, I guess Izzy can now. She does have a lot of settlers on the map, so she can jump up to like 8 cities here pretty quickly. But her idiocy in not connecting her resources sooner has just like crippled her early game. She needs to stay out of warring and let others fight. This city's pretty exposed here from Mansa. Again, if Peter is targeting him, which I suspect he is, if he's going after anyone, that would seem to be the most likely target because he's annoyed with Mansa and he's just cautious or pleased with everybody else. Okay, maybe not so many emojis in the chat. Roosevelt is quietly kind of lurking up here. He's actually doing pretty well. If Mansa gets warred upon, then he might be. Wow, I cannot believe that Peter didn't get this spot. This is an embarrassment that Peter did not settle this. How in the world does Roosevelt get that spot and not Peter? Boy, Peter has made a total hash of this game. He's just, I don't know. I don't know what he's done in this game, but he's played it horribly. I mean, just horribly in this game to not get this rich location that's literally 4 tiles from his capital. Yikes. I don't know what else to say. He has totally fallen on his face in this game. All right, well, here's his stack. He's going after somebody. I don't know who the target is, though. It's Roosevelt. Mansa wins. GG. Now, and Molly got this city in the middle of the map, too. Jeez. GG. Game over. Mansa wins. Game over. Mansa's your winner, you guys. GG. I don't think that this is how the game should have played out, but that's how the game has played out. I guess just pick the favorite works out sometimes. No, Mansa wins. Declaration of war number 1. So the way that this plays out is Peter slows down Roosevelt, but probably doesn't kill him. Mansa attacks ahead. The only way Mansa doesn't win the game right now is if Mehmed attacks him in the near future. But Mansa's going to have ironworking connected, and that's the only thing he needs. Once he connects ironworking, the game's over. No one's going to beat him. He'll be too strong. He's already converted Roosevelt, and looks like Mansa first, Roosevelt second. I'm calling it right now. It's Mansa first, Roosevelt second. Right now, Izzy does nothing. Oh well. I gave you guys my read of the map in this game. I have been shocked at how poorly Isabel and Peter have played. They were given much and they have done nothing with it. But this is a Mansa Musa. I'm calling it right now. This is Mansa first, Roosevelt second. That's how this game's going to end. Mehmed will be strong in the mid game, but he gets eliminated at some point in the mid game, and no one can stop Mansa once he gets this strong. Like this attack's not even going to work. Peter's going to be first to die in this one, probably. It's sure as heck not going to be Mansa. So yeah, I mean Peter's running a stack round, but Peter is so weak. He only has 5 cities, and they're not strong at all. I can't believe he played this start this badly. And Izzy just got screwed over by the Barb City, but it's too late now. She has not been able to make enough allies in terms of religion. There was a high probability that there could be an early dogpile on Mansa, but it has not materialized at all. And that means Mansa wins. We know how this works. That means Mansa's the winner. But the good news for me is Roosevelt's on my fantasy team. So if he rides Mansa's coattails into second, then I'll take those points. But my picking contest is going to be awful. I'm not going to hit anything today. And since so many people have Mansa, I'm going to get horribly screwed over. Anyway, there's a long way to go. A lot can happen, but I can pretty much call that this game is a Mansa victory already. I'd say it's literally 80 to 90% Mansa wins from this position. Because who's going to stop him? Roosevelt will never fight him. Never. Not in a million years. I guess it could be Mehmed, but Mehmed needs ironworking. He doesn't have it yet. Mehmed won't declare war until he gets a metal resource connected. And by the time that happens, I mean, Mansa's going to be so far ahead. There's no way he can keep pace. So Mansa and Roosevelt just hold hands together to almost certainly finish 1-2. Anyway, well, Rose, I'm a human, so I do have feelings, and that's part of the commentary experience. Mansa's really strong now. The game's gone really like things have really. The only thing that hasn't gone his way is that Mehmed has picked up Isabella's religion, but even that's not terrible if that allows him to roll over Mehmed's territory. No, Mehmed won't plot until he connects a metal resource, and he doesn't have iron or he doesn't have copper, and his iron is not connected. Oh wait, no. How did he get copper? Did somebody trade him copper? How did he get a copper resource? Someone must be trading him copper. But he's not plotting religion. We just checked right now. So uh, let's see what happens. Peter's attack is doing precisely nothing though. He's just not in a position to fight anyone because he's so weak in this game because he bungled the early game horribly. Yeah, the one thing that adds drama to this game in terms of the outcome is oh wow, Mansa's already got his shrine too. That's and okay, well the whole stop Mansa not looking so good right now in this game. He's already got his shrine and he just got the pyramids as well. So he'll probably troll by going into like universal suffrage or something, just because the AI likes to do that. Um, nope, he went hereditary rule. Okay, that's a good pick. Gives him a lot of happiness. That's probably the best pick he can run right now because I don't think he's going to run a lot of specialists, not at this stage of the game. But like with the extra happiness he's going to pick up, he'll just be able to work a gazillion tiles. I just didn't think he'd be able to get as far west and south as he did in this game. But again, that's partly because Peter has just been so weak in this game, like crazy, crazy weak in this game. Yeah, end calendar to get more happiness resources. Like I said, Mansa's just a ticking time bomb. You got to stop him early. If no one attacks him early, then it's hard to see him getting stopped. Mehmed's the only one who's really in a position to stop him. Mehmed's the only other like in this game right now. We have two strong AIs and we have four weak AIs, and that's kind of the situation. So Mehmed's the only one who's strong enough to stop him, but I don't know. I don't see it. I think it's already too late. Is Peter the most inconsistent leader? I don't know. I don't know what happened in this game. So the AI always, anytime that they complete a build, it's like there's a little bit of randomness in terms of what they will pick up for their next build. I think he just randomly picked up two wonders and like just didn't expand because he randomly just happened to start on wonders. And it's just like, I don't know. We'll look at the graphs on turn 100 because we're almost there. So like this is a decent stack from Peter. The problem is he's got 5 cities, and Roosevelt has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cities. Poached this spot, which never should have gone to Roosevelt, and nobody has construction, so like you're not going to capture cities defended by walls. Not at this stage of the game. Also, Mansa got this barb city. Like, how does that even happen? How did he get that city? It's crazy. There, I think that he just like had some chariots in the area and it lined up right. So like these two are fighting. This is going to slow down Roosevelt a bit, but I think he's pretty safe because like Manso is not going to attack him. I guess it's theoretically possible, but actually no, they're already they're already friendly. They're at +4. They're friendly from shared religion and both of them having a very high peace weight. Don't forget, Manta will plot war himself when he gets in a strong position. Like, he doesn't fight a lot of wars, but he can plot war at pleased, and don't be shocked if he attacks somebody. Mansa, who does he dislike, just out of curiosity? Well, he doesn't like Mehmed, so that seems like the big clash that's coming at some point in this game. They're going to clash at some point, but it seems, again, it just, time is so much on Mansa's side because he's so darn good at developing his economy. All right, yeah, Peter just attacked and lost his whole stack, so oof, that's not going anywhere. They both got a great general. Or actually, no, only Peter did, but the fact that Peter has not been able to connect these resources because he never got any culture in his second city is pretty bad. Like this city not having the rice and not having the ivory is pretty bad. Again, my pick for Peter to be second was predicated on him. Hey, he's got ivory right next to his capital. He's got gold right next to his capital. Surely he'll have these resources connected. And Peter's like, nope, watch me troll this start, bro. What did Mal pick with the Oracle? Good question. Let's see what he oracled. It looks like he oracled metal casting, which again is a pretty standard play. Probably the best he could pick. And he did manage to get a decent amount of territory. He has more territory than I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 cities, not bad. He's making the most of this start down here. Got to give him that. And he also has picked up Mansa's religion, which looks like it's definitely the side you want to be on in this game. So kudos for that. All right, we're 100 turns in. And again, the only strong AIs right now are Mansa and Mehmed. To a lesser extent, Mal. Peter is very likely to be first to die. Very likely. And Mansa is just kind of cruising right now. We'll go ahead and look at the charts just to get a sense. But this might end up being a very short game, you guys, because look, this is the situation right now. This is, if you have anyone other than Mansa Musa, this is not what you want to see. Definitely not what you want to see. Production, the AIs are mostly pretty, actually, no. There's 3 AIs that are similar and 3 that are falling behind. Food, Mansa's first in food. Peter is, I don't know what he's doing. Power. All right, Mehmed's power has been spiking, so he's probably plotting war right now. Probably. Culture. I suspect that Mehmed's plotting based on how... Nope, he's not. Huh. He's been building a lot of military, but apparently he's not plotting war. Okay. As far as the research rate goes, Mansa is at 48. Mao's at 29. Isabella's at, wow, 66. Huh. She's running a negative. Okay, that's not sustainable. She's running negative income. Normally the AI rate runs break even. Mehmed 39. Peter's research is actually not that bad. Oh, but he's running negative too. Oh, you know what it is? It must be fail. It must be, yeah, they have fail gold from Wonders not completing. She also must have fail gold from Wonders not completing. Okay, so we can't really get a good sense for everybody's research rate until they finish burning through the fail gold they got from Wonders not completing. Mehmed's actually largest in size. That's interesting. I thought it was Mehmed. It was Mansa. Alrighty, just refresh the map now that most of the cities are settled. These two are very close on score, but I favor financial spiritual in the long run over Mehmed's expansive organized. Look at this city. Mansa's even trolling Roosevelt with this. Yeah, he's got a lot of territory. Looks like this is Mehmed's stack over here. If I'm not paying close attention to the Roosevelt versus Peter war, it's because neither side is really going to do anything until they can get up to construction. Mehmed has been slow to ironworking in this game. Maybe that's why he won't plot war, because his copper is just on loan from some. The copper he had was on loan from someone else. Oh, it looks like that expired. So he has no strategic resources at all. That's probably why he's been slow to plot war, because he didn't have a metal resource connected. The AI won't plot war if they don't have copper or iron. And there we have a random Barb City popping up over there. Okay. So this war is just weakened Peter and Roosevelt. Can't see Peter ever being in second place now. So Mal got both of the water wonders, and Izzy has founded the Code of Laws religion. But as of right now, the only religions that we have right now are just Islam and Christianity that have spread anywhere. Izzy probably needs to spread Christianity to more cities, because Mehmed is honestly, he has a fair amount of Hinduism in his cities. It's not impossible if Mansa keeps spamming these Islamic missionaries that Mehmed flips. So Mehmed going for construction, and he'll be able to hook up his iron soon. Hanging Garden's about to finish soon too. Yeah, that'll be nice for Mehmed. Get that extra population. Yeah, it actually surged him ahead of Mansa, temporarily at least, in score. A nice wonder for him to pick up. Still, it's been a pretty quiet game thus far, which again tends to favor leaders like Mansa. Just a lot of peaceful building. And we can check to see, but like he's not plotting war. Mansa is definitely not plotting war. Izzy, I can't see it right now. She's not really that aggressive of a leader. Roosevelt's in a war, or yeah, Roosevelt and Peter are in a war right now. Mansa's just burning through these techs like he does. Financial, you guys, financial's a pretty good trait if you can stay peaceful. Pretty good trait. Also helps when you have 15 happy faces in your cities. And on deity, it's very cheap to grow the population. So looks like he's going to go for the aesthetics line of wonders. Again, Mehmed's the only one who has any chance of slowing him down. Have we had a pre-turn 150 death this season? I can't remember. We haven't had a lot of early eliminations this year. Oh, what's this? He went to war with Mao. Oh. Or Mao, no, Mao declared on him. Okay, that was not what I was expecting. Well, remember how I said it was like 80 to 90% Mansa Musa wins? Well, I think you can turn that dial up a little bit more from up to like 95% now. Turn that dial up to like 95%. Because the only one who had any chance of realistically stopping Mansa was Mehmed, and now he's going to be sucked into a war with Mao. This does impact who gets second, though, because Mao could, I don't know, we'll see. Mao could take some real damage here. Mehmed's definitely stronger than him. Like, they're even on the power charts right now, but Mehmed's the stronger one. Also, Mehmed's researching construction. Mao is not on construction, to say the least. So Mehmed will actually be able to take cities in a way that Mao probably won't be able to. Oh, that's a mistake from Roosevelt. He picked up the minority religion of Mansa. Now he's not going to be friendly with. Yeah, now look at this. Now he's no longer friendly. They're -3 and pleased, but no longer friendly. If he's smart, he'll convert back. Just got random spreads, a couple random spreads. We'll see if Mansa sends. Wait, Mansa's building Confucian missionaries. What the heck? I thought he'd be building Islamic missionaries. That's the religion he has a shrine for. Oh well. AI is weird. So let's see how this resolves over here. Well, it looks like Mao attacked into a city that had walls and it didn't go very well. No surprise. Mehmed might actually be able to snipe this city immediately with this stack. If he attacks Chengdu, he's not going anywhere, but if he attacks Macau, he might actually be able to take that city. Probably should wait for catapults, though. Oh, never mind. Mao actually didn't attack. He turned back and grouped together more of a stack. Up here in this other war, Roosevelt has a stacking coming, but he doesn't have construction either. All right, Mao and Mehmed both on construction, so they'll have catapults. But the whole game just could not be going better for Mansa. It's really just broken in his favor at every stage. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's played a really nice game, but things have broken his way too, pretty well. Like Peter was not able to put any pressure on him in the early game. Mehmed getting pulled in a different direction. As I said, the only thing that didn't go his way was Mehmed picked up Izzy's religion and not his. Otherwise, everything's gone his way in this game. The vile Ottomans. Now he even is set up potentially to come crashing in here, put Mehmed in a two-front war, and pick up a ton of territory that way, which then would be good for Mao and all you guys who are pushing chalk in this game. Mansa 1, Mao 2. Maybe that breaks in your favor. Anyway, this one has not gone the way I expected at all because I expected Peter to be better and Izzy to be better. Although Izzy, I'm not even sure how much of it was her fault because of that Barb City. All right, so that war went nowhere, Peter and Roosevelt. That went precisely nowhere. Mehmed first to die, I mean, sure, it could be. We're a ways away from that, but it's a possibility. So the only active war right now is this one down here in the south. I think Mao's going to lose this city. Although he does have walls, so maybe not. Nope, walls on a hill. No catapult. Walls on a hill. Just slaughtered that whole stack. Womp womp. Nance's like, teching away, teching away. And now that city's not going to fall. Oh, there it is. And there is Mansa moving in to try and secure his victory as he finishes the statue of Zeus. It figures I've been picking Mansa in every opening round game. The one time I don't pick him, he pops off like crazy. He does not have catapults in this stack. Really should have attacked it at Izmir and not Edern, but so this attack won't go anywhere. But he will have catapults soon enough. I know he has construction tech by now. So yeah, Mansa not looking too great right now. Or Mehmed not looking too great right now. Because he's at war with both of the strongest AIs in the game. Mansa doesn't have construction? I guess we can check. I thought he did. No, he doesn't. Okay. With him researching feudalism, I thought he would have already picked it up, but apparently he did not. So he's not going to... That should keep him from making too much progress if he can't batter down the walls. Very hard to make progress without catapults. Like these two catapults will be able to take out the 50% defenses. I don't know if there's enough actual attackers to capture this city though. Like there's not too many actual attackers here. That's a nice prize. Mehmed building the mausoleum. Extra long golden ages. Just kind of slowly sieging down this city. There's a similar siege over here. Okay, that's a pretty good stack from Mao. That actually has probably better odds of success than this. A lot of promotions on Mao's units, thanks to him having the protective. Let's see if Mansa's managed to put another stack together. I don't see him making much success. Not against those catapults. He would have success if he went after Izmir. What are we looking at in terms of power, just out of curiosity here? Not looking so good for Mehmed, since both of his opponents are higher than him. All right, trying to keep the focus down here to see if these attacks succeed. Not so... Oh, this defenders in Macau are very low, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. All right, Roosevelt converted back. Mansa was like, hey, come back into the fold. Not enough to get to friendly. I think they only need to get to +4 for friendly. So they're close, but not quite there yet. All right, Macau does not fall. And Mao's stack looks a lot better than what Mehmed had. Up here, not much territory changing hands, but the AI, just the two-front war is always terrible for the AI. We've seen it innumerable times. The two-front war is really bad for them. Here we go. Mansa first, Mao second. Here we go. All you guys picked it. I guess you saw something I didn't. In defense of Mao, him building the Great Lighthouse and the Colossus has helped him a lot. Like he has done a really good job of building those. Another thing that's helped him, just the random spread of Mansa's religion very early in the game has put him on Mansa's team, and then now they're getting the mutual military struggle bonus. So even though there was strong reason to feel like they would not be allies, they have kind of like random their way into being good friends in this game. Interesting that Izzy kind of hates everybody except Mehmed. Kind of interesting. She really doesn't like the other leaders. She's kind of lurking right now in the background. She doesn't do something to help Mehmed, though. He's in a lot of trouble. Because he does not seem to be doing very well here in this war on two fronts. Because, like, he just lost that city and... Alright. There's the peace deal. Didn't give away any cities in the treaty, from what I can see. That frees up Mehmed to focus on Mao. But of course, it means Mansa then gets to go back to free attacking again. Yeah, I wonder if Mao bought Mansa in. That's very possible. Oh, Roosevelt declaring on Peter. Okay. All right, buddy. Oh, wow, that's a pretty good stack. There's no catapults in it though. Let's update. Maybe we're gonna get more wars than I expected. I didn't think this would be a very high number of wars in this game, but could be wrong. Roosevelt needs catapults though. Does he have catapults? He does. Okay. Does he have them in this stack? I don't see them, but maybe they're in there somewhere. This might be, I mean, there's not that many defenders. It's just this is a city on a hill with 50% defensive bonus. So I don't know. We'll see if this is enough to bully its way in on the first turn of the war. I have no idea. It's not that many defenders, but there's so many defensive bonuses. Oh, well, looks like it was enough. Pretty bad slaughter, but Peter is not in a position where he can afford to lose cities. Because I think he still only had 5, and that knocks him down to 4. No, he was at 6, but I mean, still not a lot. So that also frees up room for another city over here. Potentially. Oh, there was something raised. Oh, that was a Barb city, wasn't it? Well, there's room for Roosevelt to sneak another city over there, too. But yeah, Roosevelt not looking strong, but looking stronger than Peter. That's for sure. All right. Meanwhile, down here, we've got Mao's going after this city, Samson. It's a pretty good stack. Of course, Mansa or Mehmed now has had time to move his own stack down here, so they're presumably going to clash once these elephants get down here. Either that or the elephants are going to attack this city. The AI sometimes does this, where like these units have the AI attack mission, these units have the AI attack mission, and like they walk past each other, each attacking different targets. Oh, Peter trades a city back. Okay, I don't think he's going to hold that very long though. I'm more interested in what happens with these forces down here. All right, so city recaptured by Mehmed. And then on the other side, ooh, there's a lot. Longbow's on defense here now. I don't know if the swords and horse archers are going to make it through. Yeah, that was briefly held by Peter. Briefly. Let's see if Mao can capture Samson. All right, he was able to capture the city. Oh, but then was recaptured back. Captured twice in the same turn. I think Mehmed is winning this trade here of the city. By the way, is Izzy plotting against anyone? All right, she has enough on her hands. She is almost certainly plotting against Mao. Almost certainly plotting against Mao because she's friendly with Mehmed. This could actually be bad for Mao if Mansa just stays teching. Like long term, Mansa's probably going to win, but this could be bad for Mao in the short run if he gets run over by the Christian duo. Yeah, like this stack has largely gotten whittled down, and that city was traded back. Just gonna refresh the map again. So let's see what things are looking like in terms of power. Yeah, Mao actually took some serious losses. GNP, on the other hand, Mansa's like, I'm reaching escape velocity. He is not plotting worth anyone. But look at the score, 1700. He's pulling away from the field. He's really starting to pull away from the field. Poor Izzy just got stuck down here. She did get that city, but you know, she could get stronger here. This is really the only chance for Mehmed and Izzy would be to run over Mao and take Mao's territory before Mansa Musa comes back and rejoins the conflict. And of course, we do have a war going on up here, but with no catapults in the hands of Roosevelt, he's not going to make any progress in this war. This really has turned into a game of everybody fights and Mansa just techs. It really has turned into that game. I'm sorry, the names are very similar. We have Mansa, Mehmed, Mao, very similar names. I'm definitely going to stumble over them a fair bit. All right, Izzy's stack is moving down here. She's definitely rallying units over here somewhere. I bet she's plotting to go after Macau. So I just keep peeking over here every now and then, but not much going on. Mansa continuing to burn through techs at a rapid pace. It's we could see a really early finish in this game. I thought we'd have a moderate to late finish, but I don't think that's what we're shaping up for. I think we're shaping up for Mansa winning at a very early date. Like, this stuff is fun to watch, obviously. Well, Mal's rallied a pretty decent sized stack here. Those wars are still ongoing, right? Yep. I hadn't seen much fighting between Mehmed and Mal recently, so I wasn't sure if they were still at war, but they are. And Izzy's doing, I don't know, something. Anything going on in this war up here? Nope. Only thing that happened was St. Petersburg got picked up. Roosevelt needs to get construction. I have not seen him researching it, but maybe I missed it. All right, he did pick it up. Okay. So maybe he'll put together a stack with some catapults in it and make some progress. With Peter only having 4 cities, it's hard to see him doing much of anything. So this, let's see, Mel, some more units moving forward. Izzy's got a stack here. She also has a stack here. I don't know quite what she's doing in terms of where she's rallying these units. A lot of elephants on the Mehmed side. I guess the only real question is this guy plotting war? Nope. Mansa just went uni suffrage. Maybe a little early to do that, but yeah, he doesn't have enough towns yet, but down the road it would be useful. It's not like it hurts him very much because he doesn't have to suffer the anarchy turns. Keep waiting to see if Spain's going to hop into this war, and it hasn't happened. Oh, there it is. There's the attack. Strangely, though, she still has a stack over here just standing on this tile. So that's, like I said, Mao could get hurt here. He needs Mansa to join this war to take some pressure off of him. Isabella looks like old Spanish Florida. Could we see beakers? Yeah, we're about to turn 150. We'll look at everybody's research rate. All right, I don't know why she chose to pick this city, which is very heavily defended. And where are her catapults? Izzy, where's your catapults? You're not going to take cities. You do have construction tech. There's catapults back there. This stack has no catapults. Okay. Also, why not attack this city? I don't get it. But Izzy has done a lot of things I didn't understand in this game. Like, a lot of things I didn't understand. Alright, so we're 150 turns into the game. It's been moving pretty briskly thus far. Peter and Roosevelt seem to be at a stalemate. Mansa is running away with the game, as we suspected he would. Just researching away. Won't be too long until he's an era ahead of everyone in tech. And then the other 3 leaders on the south side of the map are fighting each other at the moment. All right, let's see where people are researching. Yeah, Mansa 262. Okay, Mao 144, Isabella 131, Mehmed 134, Peter 96, Roosevelt 91. So he is almost double anyone else in the game's research rate. As I said, running away with things. Yep, I mean, that kind of tells the story of the game right here. Mansa just takes off and the others can't keep pace. Production, food. I mean, if Mansa is this far ahead in food, it's not going to end well for the rest of the field. Like, you just know. He's also #1 in power, too, and #1 in culture, and by far the #1 in GNP. Moneybags Mansa, indeed. just running away with things. All right, let's see if Izzy has any success in her attacks. She has inexplicably forgot to bring catapults in this first force. So even though she has a lot of units, she's never breaking through these city garrison 2 longbows in a city with walls. Like it's just never happening. You need siege units if you're going to capture cities, and she hasn't brought them for no clear reason. So she probably just throws away a bunch of units attacking. I don't know why there's no siege units in these forces. This city is not very well defended, but they've all instead chosen to go for the super heavily defended city. At least this one's not on a hill. There's some catapults, but they're a couple turns behind. Look how many city garrison 3 longbows are in this city. Jeez. Okay, Mao. Meanwhile, Roosevelt has put together a stack that has some catapults, and he's sieging the Russian capital right now. So we should keep an eye on that for sure. All right, he's gotten it down to just 27%. I don't know if he has that many actual attackers, though. All right, this city seems to be losing its cultural defenses. Mehmed's got a big stack. It's not Izzy, it's Mehmed who's doing the work here. So now that the defenses are down, this should fall. Yeah, I think Mehmed is doing a much better job of attacking than Izzy. Izzy just threw a bunch of units away and did absolutely nothing. Her power has to have collapsed. Never mind. Maybe she... Oh, never mind. She turned them around and walked them back in this direction. I am wrong. And in fact, this is going to line up perfectly for her because she moves before Mehmed in the turn order, and all the city defenses are down. So now she's got this city teed up for her on a platter by Mehmed. So, oh, okay. Never mind. Attack did not go as well as I thought. Oh, hey, there's Mansa coming into the war. We'll see how seriously he wants to pursue this. I wonder if he was bought into the war. We'll see. But that will certainly slow down the attack on Mao. Felt like only a matter of time. Anyway, Izzy should capture this city because there's 1 horse in it. Although Mao does move before her, so maybe it gets reinforced. Nope, never mind. Mao reinforced, and then Mehmed took it. But it is still a city falling. Mansa on guilds is pretty scary for the rest of the field. I mean, we know how this is going to end. We know Mansa's not going to be caught, but how we get there is kind of the story, but should be interesting. All right, how did that attack? Did that attack succeed on the Russian capital? No, the attack is about to start. Let's see if Roosevelt's going to have any success here, because he's got the defenses down. Is this city on a hill? No, the city is not on a hill. He has not actually attacked yet. It looks like Peter threw some catapults at this stack, I think. So it probably heals for a turn or two. But maybe he sends them in anyway. I guess we'll see. Nope, never mind. That attack did not work. Got cleaned up. Oh, or maybe they retreated. I don't know. Actually, I think they moved back a tile. But needless to say, Peter's capital is not falling in the immediate future. All right, so this is like the fortress city for Mao. This is the city he needs to hold. Because if he loses this, then the path is kind of opened up into the rest of his core. But for right now, he looks like he's relatively safe. Actually done a pretty good job of pushing back the attacks. He even has a stack now threatening Izzy's city. Oh, never. Here's the big force. Izzy's got a ton of units over here. Okay, yes, stop spamming us with requests. All right. Mansa. Well, that was a... Okay, that was a quick peace treaty on the part of Izzy's. So now, I would have thought if anyone signed a treaty, it would have been Mehmed to get, because he's the one in the two-front war. Izzy probably needed to push a bit more there. Now she's got all these units and she's nothing to do with them. Anyway, Mansa looks like his initial attack got cleaned up by Mehmed. Because I just see like the remnants of a Mali's. Oh, never mind. Here's forces here. I am wrong. Their stack is here. Or a stack is here. And in fact, it was enough to take a city. By the way, thanks for subscribing, Dark Kuno. And there's another stack. Never mind. City just got captured, and then this stack is right here. So, whoops. Poor Mehmed. He's the second strongest AI, and he's getting just run over by Mansa. Well, there was a city traded back, but I think we can see how this is going. Mansa just unlocked guilds, so he's going to have knights running around. And there's really not a lot that can stop that. Plus, Mao is attacking from this side, too. This could very easily be first to die Mehmed, even though he's been the second strongest AI in the game, just due to kind of bad luck. So the question will really be more who gets second place than who gets first place. I think second place is still pretty open at this point. So now we'll recapture this. And even though it looked good for Mehmed for a little while there when he had Izzy on his side, Mansa rejoining the war and then Izzy piecing out somewhat inexplicably really flipped things around. So looks like Mansa's just going to run him over. And then, I mean, if the game wasn't already over, it's certainly over at that point. I called it, you guys, on like turn 70. I was like, well, Mansa wins. Game's over. Um, yeah, defending champion first. Well, we'll see. There's still a chance for something else to happen, but I wouldn't say it's looking too good right now for Mehmed, just due to the way that the diplomacy's kind of shaken out in this game. 5-turn education for Mansa. Yep. I mean, he's going to get all the first 2 benefits on the tech tree. He is attacking. He hasn't quite picked a new target to attack it. Probably should grab this city, but who knows if he actually will. Izzy's actually gotten up to second place. The problem for Izzy is Mansa doesn't like her very much, so yeah, not in great position for the long term. Let's just put it that way. So this city should get captured pretty easily. Mansa is walking around down. Wow, just more wonders and a wonder and a shrine technically, but so even his secondary religion has 22 cities following it. His primary religion has 30 cities following it. Okay, buddy. You wonder why he's running away with the game economically? Not only is he financial, he's got these dual shrines that are both worth tons of money. Anyway, so Roosevelt's back with another stack. He actually might be able to take Peter's capital with this one. Yeah, oh, the Mao, that's a mistake to sign peace there. Definitely shouldn't have signed peace. Or Mao, excuse me, Mao shouldn't have signed peace. This city's not good. This was a Mansa city that got captured. I suspect it will be recaptured pretty soon. Not really a good way to defend that. All right, so Mao is out of a war for the first time in a while. He only gained the one city, and he had to fight a lot. So he didn't gain a ton from that. The one who's gaining a ton is Mansa. He's just getting bigger and bigger. You can see on the scoreboard there how strong he is. Oh, well, wow, okay. I am surprised he signed peace. Huh, decided that he just wanted to back off. Okay. So Peter looks like he slammed a bunch of catapults into Roosevelt's stack here in the hopes of slowing down this attack. That's what happened, I think, the last time, too. Yeah, there's a lot of highly injured units here. It looks like Roosevelt ordered the attack. He killed some units, didn't kill everything. It's a lot of injured longbows in there. Some of these units will be able to promote an attack again. Let's see what happens. Peter does get to reinforce. He moves first between the two of them. I don't think this city's gonna fall. Don't think this city falls in the not in the near future. Roosevelt's been trying, but he hasn't really been able to break through yet. By the way, Mansa's all the way up to friendly with Mao, +8 from mutual faith, and then +3 from mutual military struggle. I still think it's unlikely that the two of them would become such strong allies, but it just has broken in that way. I really don't think Mansa 1, Mao 2 was a good pick this game, but it is looking like more and more that's how it's going to play out. And all of y'all are going to get a ton of points in the contest, and I'm not going to get any. So, oh yeah, it could be Diplo victory for Mao that or Mansa Musa. That's true. He would be up against who's second in population. He'd be up against Mao, but he would pull votes from Peter. What? Oh wait, no. How do people feel about Mansa? That's this line here. Mao is pleased with it. No, he couldn't win. He wouldn't get votes for. I mean, it's too early anyway because the UN is a long way away. But no, he actually wouldn't get votes. I was looking at the other way. He's friendly with these people, but they're not friendly with him necessarily. Worst enemy +10. That would be amusing. So yeah, the only war ongoing right now is this endless Roosevelt versus Peter matchup that just doesn't seem to go anywhere. Maybe Peter should try cracking Novgorod instead of the capital at Moscow. It would probably be not as well defended. There's like 5 units here, and there's like 25 in the capital. Oh hey, he's just got his third shrine of the game. Okay, and founded another religion. Where is the Jewish shrine? Just out of curiosity. Oh, it's way up there in the corner. Okay, even his third religion he spread to 11 cities. Okay. He could very easily go for cultural victory too, based on this setup. Like, very easily could go for cultural victory. Okay. Well, that's a pretty early liberalism. Let's see what he picked up with it. Economics. Okay, not the most valuable tech. He should have just researched optics and taken astronomy with it, because I don't think anyone else is even remotely close to liberalism. 1,000 points ahead, close to it. These two sign a peace treaty, or they just backed off from one another? Nope, they're still at war. Okay. Yeah, just not much going on between them right now. Neither one had a single unit in the other's territory, despite being at war. It's kind of an unusual situation, but all right. Well, Izzy is moving units through Mal's territories. So Izzy apparently wants to pick a fight with Mansa, which I don't think is a very good idea. The one thing that helps her is there's no open. I don't think that Mansa Musa has open borders with. Yeah, Mansa does not have open borders with Mehmed, so he can't move through Ottoman territory. He'd have to move through. Does he have open borders with Peter? Just out of curiosity. He does. So in order to get to her cities, he'd have to move through Peter's territory, then move through Mal's territory. So he can get there, but it's a very roundabout route, whereas she can walk through Ottoman territory. Still, that's probably not the best decision on her part. Like, she can snipe a city on the border with a sneak attack, but hard to see this having much success long term. Mansa going free speech also increases the odds that he goes for cultural. Oh, he went free religion too. Okay. Well, that can kind of scramble the diplomacy a little bit, the fact that he's now in free religion. Let's see how that shifted things. Yeah, now he's still pleased with Mao, but he's not friendly. Pleased with Roosevelt. Cautious with Mehmed, cautious there. How about Mao? Mao's only cautious with him now. Mao's pleased with Peter. Mao hates Izzy because she attacked. And Mehmed hates him because he declared war 2 times. So Izzy takes a city. Hanging Gardens and Hagia Sophia for what it's worth. Can't really see her making much progress past that, though. So far, no one eliminated. No one that close to being eliminated either, except maybe Peter. Here comes yet another Roosevelt stack. But the two of them seem to be even in technology, so neither of them doing a lot. Oh yeah, liberated so Mansa can't take it back. So Mansa, I wouldn't be surprised to see him sending a stack through Allied territory. How about Mehmed? Is he back to plotting war? Not yet. Researching guilds. Uh, the key, Mansa is in some minor amount of danger until he can get rifling tech. But once he hits rifles, no one will be able to threaten him because they'll all take so long to get to rifles that, by the time they get to rifles, he'll be at the next generation of tech. So if he researches rifling tech, then any military danger that he might be in would be gone. And he's on printing press already. I mean, he just researches so fast; it's absurd. Like this like a 2-turn printing press or something crazy. Oh, Mehmed joined the war too. Okay, I missed that. A few more wars than I expected in this game too. I think because a lot of the wars have been inconclusive, we get more of them. All right, this is probably their last best chance. There's the liberation, by the way. Probably the last best chance for anyone to do anything against Mansa in this game. Let's just see what the power situation looks like. I mean, like, Mansa's not that high as far as the power situation goes. His econ is, I mean, the economy situation is, yeah. But this is probably their last chance to have any chance to stop him. Would be these two working together. I don't know where this Mehmed stack is going. So we'll see. Hey, still very small odds for Mansa first to die. He needs to bring Mao into the conflict. Mao really hates Izzy. That's what he needs to do. Get Mao to jump in here. Otherwise, 2v1s are never good for the AI. We know that. Like, this city's gonna fall, and well, Mansa has not quite sealed it up yet. Not quite. As we said, we'll see how much he prioritizes rifling tech. We have seen AIs collapse before, like Willem infamously refusing to research rifling. So Mehmed also moved his stack into this city. So they've taken some border cities. Obviously, they need to keep going. See how much progress they can make before Mansa hits rifling. They would need, I mean, they would need to, like, if they could take, like, his capital, that would be a really big deal. This city is insanely valuable right now, even as a statue of Zeus, in addition to, like, a gazillion other wonders, and is building Sistine. Well, let's see how far and how fast they can push. I don't expect this to work for Isabella and Mehmed, but they at least have a shot here. So Mehmed's stack is apparently going for Autoghost, which is pretty well defended by Mansa. And Izzy's stack, I think, is still pulled back a little bit. Okay. Like, right now, they're at tech parity, but Mansa probably has not much time before he hits the next generation of tech. Well, this is probably GG Mansa. He made the correct response. Gunpowder, replaceable parts, rifling. He has rifles in less than 10 turns. There's no way that they can push through this. This is just it. He didn't rush these too, like, it's not like he rushed this as the first tech in the Renaissance. he did get democracy incorporation, but he didn't do the insane Mansa Musa or Willem. Hey, let's research assembly line and flight and combustion before getting rifling. Yeah, being at war might have been what pushed him towards the tech. But if he wasn't at war, he would have not been in danger. So we'll see what Mehmed can get done. But geez, he just burned through gunpowder so fast. So he'll have rifles pretty soon. Like he lost this, if he had waited another 15 turns, he might have actually been in danger here. But they can't see it at this point. Roosevelt still unable to kill Peter, even though Peter's pretty sad. This has been like the sideshow in the game, these two beating on each other without accomplishing anything. So Mansa's already teching rifling. Like the AI just can't move fast enough to take his cities. Plus there's still Mao lurking as well. So even Izzy and Mehmed working together just doesn't feel like it's going to be enough here. Mansa just got too strong. Too strong. Like they're moving one tile at a time towards these cities. These knights will suddenly be useless. I mean, not completely useless, but not very effective as soon as the rifles start popping up. What the? What the heck? Roosevelt trying to get some Diplo brownie points. This game is also gonna have a lot more wars than I thought. I'm literally just gonna be wrong on everything in this game. This is like a 1 point score for me. I've mispredicted everything. And unfortunately for me, it's going to be a very high scoring game in the picking contest because the favorites are doing great. Um, so, not my day. Not a good day for teamfight tactics. Not a good day for the picking contest. Not my day. All right. Well, Mansa deservedly, he's got by far the best econ, and now he's hit rifling. And that's, as we know, that, I mean, if he was at 95% before, he's at 99.9% now. There's no way anyone can stop him at this point. You might say military tradition, 6 turns. Why is it taking so long? Well, that's because he's upgrading his units to rifle. He's running plus 600 gold to upgrade everything into rifles. And that's basically it. Now the drama is who gets second place. Can someone other than Mao get enough points to... Can someone overtake Mao for second place? I thought if Mansa won, Roosevelt was pretty much a lock to get second. I did not predict that Mansa and Mao would become best friends, which is still really weird to me that they are such good friends. But it has worked out that way, somewhat strangely. Mao is only cautious with him, even with at +6, so that's something. All right, so we have Mehmed or Izzy and Mehmed trying to attack this city. Let's see if they're able to capture one more before. Oh, never mind. And Mehmed's attacking the capital here. If he had gotten here half a dozen turns sooner, he might have legitimately made progress. But I feel like with rifles, it's too hard to do that. Like he even has janissaries, which are really good against longbows. Wait, what? Oh, Mao's entering. Okay, I was like, I thought Mao was in a war, but no, he wasn't. All right, well, this pretty much locks Mao into second place. So you guys with the Mansa first, Mao second, congrats. Pounding the favorites this is the one game that pounding the favorites is going to work out perfectly because he's just going to sweep through Izzy. Her whole army is up here, and then he pretty much locks down second place in this game. God dang it. I'm sorry, but this could not have gone much worse for me. Not only are my picks horrible, but the favorite picks are also... Um, but the favorite picks are also landing really... Oh, wait, what the? Mansa just lost his capital? What? Mansa just lost his capital. Okay. Like I said, if he hadn't gone for... if he had not gone for rifling so early, he really would be in danger here, but... I just don't see how with rifles he loses. Huh. Yeah, if he hadn't gotten to rifles this quickly, he would have been in real
It is
danger.
entirely seemly for a young man killed in battle to lie
But with
madly
rifles
in
and with
harmless
Mao
sleep.
coming in
In his
to
death,
uh,
all
to the
things
war.
appear fair.
Oh, and Roosevelt in the war too. Okay, go Roosevelt. Uh, yeah, I don't. I think this is just a blip for him. I mean, like when the charts look like this, it's like what? He did lose a lot of food. I mean, that's something. He did lose a lot of units when his capital got captured. Think he's still in real danger? I'm not sure. I think if here's the thing, if Mao was opposed to Mansa, I think he'd be in danger. But with Mao being on his side, I don't know. What? Maybe I'm wrong. I just think that Mao is now going to carve his way through Izzy, and then that takes all the steam out of the attack on Mansa. Just because no one else is close to rifles. Like Mehmet is so far away from getting rifling, and Izzy's really far away too. Yeah, Izzy eager to get out of that. And then she hands the city right back. Okay. Here you go, Mansa. Here's your city back again. Izzy gives the city back. Yep. No, I just the tech lead is just a full generation ahead in tech. It's hard to see. Like I said, if Mao plowed into Mansa Musa as well, then I could see it. But with Mao being like a friendly ally to Mansa, I can't see it happening. I guess there is a slight chance that if Mao can absorb all of Izzy's territory, then perhaps he can actually be in a position to challenge Mansa if he has a lot more territory. Or Roosevelt over here. Here comes Izzy's stack, but she's going to slam it into Roosevelt, so Mao's just going to be left largely alone. Still no undead in this game, by the way. Is Mao on rifles? He's on printing press. Yeah, he's gonna. Okay, going for early rifles himself. Looking pretty strong, despite a capital that was really not well suited to his techs. Looks like he's really solidifying himself as the other power in this game, aside from Mansa. So let's see. Up here, Mansa has not recaptured his former capital, for what that's worth. Okay. So Science Peace, and now Mehmed's army is stuck in Timbuktu. Still, just that city not being in Mansa's hands does hurt him a good bit. I mean, look at what was in here: pyramids, Angkor Wat, Sankor, Great Wall, Statue of Zeus. I guess Statue of Zeus is the biggest one. I thought he had Sistine in there as well. Maybe I'm wrong. Where is Sistine? Just curious. No, the Ottomans did capture it. Okay, so it is in Ottoman hands. Yep, Mansa still tops the scoreboard despite losing his capital, but he did take a lot of damage in that war. Like some of these other cities, not that big of a deal, but losing Timbuktu really hurt him. Now this city's going to start down to size one because he can't work any tiles, but just not having that city in his hands hurts a lot. If he did lose this city before Izzy gifted it back. If he had like lost Dejene as well, then he would really be in trouble because this is like the core of his empire here, and it has the Islamic shrine, which is super valuable. But he held on to his shrines and he held on to his core, aside from his capital. Roosevelt's stack seems to be getting annihilated right now. Meanwhile, Izzy's stack is on its way back. Although it seems like she's targeting this city. A lot of inconclusive wars in this game. I thought we'd see fewer wars in general. Yeah, Roosevelt, you better peace out of the war. But we have seen the scores tighten, right? I mean, remember, Manta was like 1,000 points ahead of anyone, but now it is legitimately closer now. I still think he's a heavy favorite, but with Mao potentially gaining territory here, he's at least in the mix. Because like he'll have rifles, he'll still be behind in tech compared to Mansa, but he will have rifles. He's gonna capture this city almost assuredly. Of course, he might lose this city to Izzy's army. So like he takes that city, and then Izzy's battering this city. Here's a question. How close is Mehmed to rifles? He's a good distance away still. He has gunpowder. Going for military tradition, then he would need paper, printing press. Yeah, he's a good ways away. His tech situation is not great. What the? Peter has declared war on Mansa Musa. What? Peter, why? What? What? What is he doing? Oh boy, did he want to be first to die in this game? Seriously, what? 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 How? Why? Peter's power is here. Okay. Uh, we have a first to die. Oh boy. I mean, he's got longbows against the cavalry of. Okay, that's okay. Is he liberating cities to Mehmed? So many wars in this game. Here's Roosevelt. Is Roosevelt going to join this war too? I wouldn't be shocked. Anyway. So this city should not be in Izzy's hands for very long. Mal's already regrouping to go hit this spot. And Mal is now on rifles. Why are we even keeping track of the wars anymore? Yes. It's one of the scoring goals. All right, so Peter had a stack. Peter's stack is already dead. And now his cities come under attack. Peter was strong enough to hold against Roosevelt. I don't think he's strong enough to hold against Mansa for very long. Did Mansa get Timbuktu back? Nope. There's a large Ottoman army sitting in there. I'm wondering if he would be plotting war, but nope, he is not. Mehmed's still sitting out of this right now. So, no surprise that Izzy City gets captured. Mansa has not really been marching against Peter, though. I keep expecting to see a big army of his. I'm actually wondering if Roosevelt's gonna try to attack, but he apparently is not plotting war. This would seem to be a golden opportunity for, like, how has this city not been captured yet by Mansa? Maybe he was just totally not expecting this war. Sure seems like it should be an easy capture, though. All right, and then over here, Izzy's army has kind of gotten destroyed. Yep. This was Mao hitting her stack and killing it. Kind of interesting that Mansa Musa's army is not that large, even though he has rifling. Kind of weird that it's not larger than that. I guess he's just been more focused on pushing tech, building intelligence agencies and observatories instead of getting more rifles out. Because Peter has somehow not just instantly died here. Somehow is not like insta-dead. Mansa does have a low train unit priority because he focuses on teching. Yep. Does probably need to get more units. It is a bit of a weakness. It's part of why he's so good at teching. He just went to state property. That's should allow him to research even faster. Random cavalry over here. What are these Mao units doing up here? Unfortunately, there's really nothing Peter has that can kill cavalry. Strength 15 units, like even pikes don't do very well against them. Oh, here we go, finally. Finally a stack comes on over. Peter, my pick for second. Why are you so bad in this game, Peter? It is a mystery. Yep, still not plotting war. I'm surprised he's not. So Mao just unlocked rifles, and I suspect he'll be working to upgrade his military. Mehmed researching divine right, okay. Yeah, I don't know why Manta hasn't just dropped the hammer on Peter. He's so much stronger than Peter. It's really weird. Is this why? Because Mehmed just declared war on him? Or do they actually have open borders? I didn't think that they would sign open borders, though. I'm back again. Mehmed's like, I'm back. Yeah, I figure he'll sign peace with Peter. All right, so Peter survives somehow. Gave away this city in the peace treaty. All right, the wheel of conflicts continue. 12 wars now, more fighting. Although this does provide an opportunity for Manta to maybe get his capital back. Mehmed's army was kind of trapped in there. So Mehmed, he's got cuirassiers. He doesn't have rifles, but he has cuirassiers. Maybe that helps him. I mean, like, this city's not actually that well defended because we know Manta hasn't really been building units. I don't know. Maybe Mehmed has a shot here if he hits like quickly enough before Manta's able to train up units. Like, he does have a lot of units here, although all right, Roosevelt coming in for the party. All right. So many wars. How does this game have so many wars? I thought we had a lot of wars in last week's game, and we're on pace to exceed that by a good margin here. With one fewer AI, we only have 6 AIs in this game. I mean, there's so much fighting, and yet no one ever dies. It's crazy. Anyway, I mean, look at this diplomacy screen. There's a lot of red on here because of all these war declarations. And also a lot of green because people are, look at this, we've got like this diagonal line here and here. Crazy. Anyway, everyone is in a war right now except Peter, who just pieced out. So, whatever. Yeah, I didn't think we'd see many wars. I mean, I picked 10 and we're at 12 right now. Anyway, Mao seems to be upgrading his units into rifles at the moment. So the question is this the war that Mansa Musa finally just takes control, or is Mehmed going to be able to do some actual damage here? I mean, at the very least, he's pillaging a lot. This city does not have a lot of defenders. There's 3 rifles on defense in here and 2 catapults, and there's no siege units here. This force is just going to attack, and I think it captures this city because there's only 3 rifles, unless I'm mistaken. Like, even with all the defensive bonuses, there's only, like, the catapults don't do anything. We'll see if Mansa reinforces it. But, like, he has left this city underdefended. Oof. Didn't quite have enough. He must have reinforced it on Mansa's turn. Because there's 2 rifles, and now there's an undamaged piking catapult. He must have stuffed some more units in there. All I can imagine to see that swing. Over here, this city is too well defended. Like, Mehmed has more units over here, and he has siege units to drop the defenses, but there's a lot of cabs in there, so I can't see that happening. Almost saw that city fall, though. I still think Mansa's a heavy favorite in this game. Remember, he even has Roosevelt on his side for what good that does. I mean, it can't hurt. Roosevelt having more units to throw in. Yeah, just too many defenders in here. Those cuirassiers just not quite able to break through. And this city's been reinforced. Again, fighting with no rifles against rifles and cabs is just pretty tough. I think Mehmed took his shot, but I don't think it's going to succeed here. The unit quality is just too high for Mansa. He's certainly taken a lot of damage, though. Like, he's had a lot of stuff pillaged, but it looks like Mehmed took his shot and didn't succeed, from what I can tell. Like, if we look at the power chart, I think this is going to be a pretty good shark fin for, yeah, okay. Mansa didn't really lose anything. Mehmed lost a lot. Meanwhile, look who's spiking in power. Somebody's been upgrading everything to rifles. And yeah, that's a pretty good stack there. 39 units. Izzy is not close to rifles right now. So he's got that stack, that city under siege. And Roosevelt's attacking too. Don't sleep on Roosevelt. He's still in this game. Maybe he can vulture a kill and get me a point for fantasy. Mao, Mao, Mao. Meanwhile, over here, it looks like, yeah, Nansa should be able to start retaking some of his territory. The one thing that this does, it does give him a chance to retake Timbuktu. As I said, Mehmed, he tried. He needed to go at some point because time was not on his side, but um, looks like he took a shot and it wasn't enough, unfortunately for him. Roosevelt belatedly going for rifling here. Nope, just printing press. Polynesian captured by the American Empire. He'll probably liberate that back to Mansa Musa because it wasn't Mansa City originally. It was a Barb City in Mansa then. Sent it over to that was captured. All right, so that's Timbuktu getting recaptured, and like I said, feels like this is the moment where Mansa was pushed, but his tech edge was ultimately just probably enough. At what number of survivors will we split the pack for 2 wildcard games? None. We don't ever split the wildcard game because we only can have one first place and one second place. Move on. We've had as many as 11 civs in the wildcard game before. So we only have 6 right now with 2 games left to go. So we should be fine. We'll probably be at 8 or 9, which is more than sufficient. Yeah, this city should certainly be getting liberated. It's heavily, it would probably just revolt anyway, even if he doesn't liberate it. All right, so Mao's attack should be coming in against this city soon, and it should be a slaughter for the Spanish defenders because it's medieval units against Renaissance era gunpowder units, and all the defenses were stripped away. So, yep, looks like the tide has turned. We actually managed to get a little drama in this game, but the tide seems to have turned. Now, the 2 Christian leaders probably on their way out, barring something weird happening. Peter is still somehow alive in this game, but if you have Peter first to die and Peter is somehow not the first to die in this game, I would be pretty angry. I would be pretty angry. It's like, how is Peter not first to die? He's on 4 cities, for God's sake. And he's been at war constantly with the strongest AIs. He was even at war with Mansa Musa. Yeah, look at the cannons being rolled out now. The cannons are like, we are not impressed by your medieval army, Mehmed. Also, Mehmed's research is apparently in the toilet. Look, 12 turns to research military science. What? He's on 158 beakers. Mansa's at 1,000 beakers per turn. Whoops. So much for that. Also, Mansa's on assembly line, so that's a thing. Yeah. Well, Roosevelt's picking up some territory for himself. Backdoor Roosevelt second place. Let's go. No, Mao's looking pretty strong. Mao has second place locked down unless Mansa wants to go after him, which is possible, but not terribly likely. Still, you never know. Mao's only cautious with him, so we'll see. Roosevelt has a chance to sneak into second. Wait, double? Oh yeah, double cap. Huh. This city probably doesn't get flipped. Wow, look at the sneak in here. Roosevelt with 2 units sneaks in and grabs this city. That one he probably holds. I guess we'll see. It's not under too much Milanese culture in here. This was originally an Ottoman city. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he liberates that. He does like Mansa quite a bit. Mansa's Statue of Liberty. Okay. I mean, that's just going to make things a little bit easier for him. Meanwhile, Mao is proceeding, but Mao has only 3 trebuchets, so he's been slowed in his attack against Izzy down here. Do we get... So it's looking more and more likely it's either Isabella or Mehmed first to die. Uh-oh, well that's probably Maybe, but no, Peter jumps back into the lead in the first to die category. Another war. Man, what a game. What a troll fest this is. Roosevelt does not have rifling. He's apparently going deep into the scientific methods side of things, but he does have what? He doesn't have cuirassiers. Okay, so they're basically at equal tech, which makes no sense at all, but they're basically at equal tech. Still, Roosevelt's definitely going to focus on him instead of focusing on Mehmed as a result. America needs to discover oil. So the latest first to die we've ever had was late in the 300s. I don't think we're going to get late in the 300s in this game. There's like no actual attackers in this force. It's like all trebuchets. I haven't been focusing enough on where Mance is attacking. Okay, he has a force over here. Where's his main stack, though? Where is Mance's? Mance has to have a main stack somewhere. I can't see it. Maybe he's upgrading and reinforcing or something right now. This has definitely been a late first to die, whoever it is. I think Peter is first to die, but... Alright, Roosevelt signs peace with Mehmed so that he can focus on a war with Peter. I mean, how can Peter win this war? He has 4 cities. Roosevelt has, like, how many cities? Not counting his recent conquests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 to... No, he has 3 cities. It's 10 to 3 in cities. And that's not even counting these 3 that he can't possibly hold out for very long. He just has no production base to build units. I don't even think he's going to... Yeah, he didn't even capture St. Petersburg. And here comes Roosevelt with his forces. Oh, wow, this city doesn't even have any units in it. Come on, Roosevelt, get a kill for the fantasy contest for me. So right now, Mao is by far the highest in power. Mance is second, and then everyone else is really low. Mehmed is down by Peter. Woof. I didn't realize Mehmed was in that much trouble. He's really collapsing here. I think it's because he just doesn't... He's so out-teched, it's really bad for him. This siege has been going on for a very long time. Mao needs to get more siege units in his main stack. He really should just blitz through here because he's got rifles and cabs against medieval units. But he has 3 trebuchets. He's got 2 more coming over, so that'll speed things up a bit. Come on, Roosevelt, get me that fantasy point. Because if I can't do well in the picking contest, at least get me some points for fantasy. Oh, don't tell me he signed peace. Pulled his stack back anyway. Oh, well, in any case. Where, again, all right, here we go. Oh, okay. I guess Mansa was waiting for infantry because he decided that rifles against Janissaries wasn't good enough. He wants infantry against Janissaries, apparently. And I think he just used a spy to revolt the defenses of Edirne here. Actually, Mehmed's dying fast enough that he might be the first to go. Although Izzy is also dying pretty quickly here. It's a real race to see who's going to be the first out right now. Don't forget Peter. Because Roosevelt's working on him. All 3 of these leaders might get a kill in their respective wars. We'll see who's the first to go. Unfortunately, not good for my picks. Like, the Americans are sieges. I mean, the Americans have the least cities to capture, but they also have the weakest military. It's like how many cities they have to capture is inversely proportional to how strong they are. Amusingly. So Mehmed only has 4 cities himself left at this point, and Izzy has 1, 2, 3, 4, has 5 left. So I don't know. We'll see. It'll be a fun race to see who gets knocked out first. Okay. And it's turn 250 in this blood-soaked game. Totally blood-soaked game at this point. So this city will fall soon. How Mao and Mansa, I believe, are moving towards their next conquest. We'll do a big game state of the game overview when all three of these leaders are gone, presuming that they are eliminated and that some crazy diplomacy doesn't swing things. Mao is that just said Mao was most powerful, as we've been seeing on the graphs. All right, so Yekaterinburg will definitely get captured here. No surprise. So, where's Mansa? Not pushing very quickly, is he? And oh no, Mao has one trebuchet in his forward stack. Okay, he's got more Atao behind. I was like, oh no, the one trebuchet attack. Roosevelt still has 5 trebs, so he might be a little bit faster. These random American cities down here in the middle of the map, he actually has not liberated Polynesian just yet, for what that's worth. And then this city, Gaziantep, also has a chance to revolt. Now that Malinese culture's expanded over there. We'll see if Roosevelt actually can hold these cities. He should have probably tried to conquer Moscow first. In this war, not the earlier war. Does Izzy even have gunpowder? I don't know if she does. I'm going to say no based on the units she's building. No, she does not. She has scientific method, but not gunpowder. So that's a thing. All right. Mal's moving forward, getting ready to siege his next city. He only had one trebuchet ready to attack it that turn. I guess she must have Chichen Itza, which is part of the reason why this is getting dragged out. She must have Chichen Itza, or else we wouldn't have the 5% on these cities, right? Where is it? It's in here. It's in Santiago. So that's dragging things out a little bit longer. I'm trying to find Mansa Musa. He's not pushing this war forward too quickly. Like, this is just a random stack. It's not like a Doom stack or something. I guess Mansa just doesn't train that many units. Okay. This stack does not have siege in it, so it should just throw itself at this city and probably take it. I don't know, though. Roosevelt does not have still has not gone gunpowder units yet, or rifling-based units. It's a fair amount of knights. Is this on a hill? Longbow's in a city on a hill. I don't know if he can crack that. I guess there's only 4 real defenders, a longbow, mace, 2 pikes. What happened to the trebuchets that were, I guess they're healing? I don't know if this is enough to capture this or not, just because longbows on a hill with 60% defenses are really tough to crack. Looks like it was enough. Didn't fall on this turn, but it should fall on the following turn. Wait, where was that? Konya? Ah, over here. Oh, I guess that random wandering stack was just able to walk in and take the city because it was calves against longbows. I guess that was enough. Mehmet is now all right. Roosevelt's now belatedly trying to go for rifles, I think. Nope, just replaceable parts. And over here, Mao is starting his siege. I guess I should go back and see if this gets finished capturing it. Nope, did not get captured. Roosevelt came up a little bit short. I guess Roosevelt's just not quite able to get these cities down. So he failed. Come on, Roosevelt, this shouldn't be that hard. Oh, never mind. He turned around to pick up more units. That's what he did. Okay. I thought he had been attacking here, but he turned around to pick up more units. Okay. The slow conquest of these these locations. None of the AIs are pushing very quickly, including Mansa Musa, who has, by far the most technologically advanced army. Mansa coming back with artillery. I mean, he's not that far away from tanks at this point. Is he researching liberalism instead of the rifles that would actually help her? I mean, it wouldn't be enough to keep her alive at this point, but it wouldn't hurt. All right, 6 trebuchets at Yaroslavl. This force almost took the Russian capital, but didn't. Came up short. Like these cities are slowly dying, but not very quickly. I think the real now paratroopers coming in from Mansa. It's weird how Mansa like is not pushing this war at all. It's just like slowly capturing territory with like random units, but he's not really building a lot of units at all. He's building planes right now. Maybe that's why instead of like normal units. Stream seems to be fine on my end. Do any of these AI leaders survive because Mansa is just so slow in pushing to space, or because the pace of these wars is so slow? Like they just survive until Mansa launches a spaceship. All right. Well, Yaroslavl should fall, and Cordoba should also fall. Mansa's like a full era ahead in tech right now. I think Yaroslavl falls first. I don't know if Cordoba falls this turn. All right. Peter's still probably they both fell on the same turn. Peter is probably the favorite to be first to die just because Mansa's inexplicably not pushing very quickly in this war. So many great people. Because there's only 2 American cities left. Again, Mansa should be the one to get the first kill, but he's just like not sending units off to capture anything for no clear reason. Come on, Roosevelt, score me 1 fantasy point. Still has a 6 trebuchets alive that can take down city defenses pretty quickly. I mean, Peter has 2 cities left. And this is the city that has Chichen Itza in it. So if Mao could take that, it would speed up his conquest by taking that city. Mansa just needs to build units and walk them over the border. He would easily take these spots. Instead, he's more focused on just teching endlessly. Like, where are his units? He has paratroopers. He could just paradrop them in. There's only 3 Ottoman cities left. I don't know what he's doing. It's just random catapults bombarding Moscow for some reason with like random little stacks walking around. I guess there's a larger one here. A lot of galleys and caravels. How many actual defenders are in this city? Because remember, the galleys and caravels don't defend. So 3 horse archers, they don't get defensive bonuses. 2 catapults, they don't get defensive bonuses. An axe and 2 spears. Well, this city looks pretty vulnerable. There would be an actual stack walk up there. How about Mao? Where is he? All right, so he has moved at least part of his stack over here. I think Santiago is the next focus. Valencia has almost died too, even though he didn't siege it down. He just killed the defenders because again, it's calves against longbows and pikes. There's like 1 pike left, so that city's gonna fall pretty easily. This city is the next focus. We'll keep the camera over here because Valencia should fall. Yeah, now needs to get these cities to open up the culture. All right, so yeah, this city's getting sieged down. I think Peter is still the favorite for first to die because like he's got a gazillion boats in his capital, and this city's gonna fall pretty soon now that there's like half a dozen trebs on it. It's still kind of like a cartoon sideshow though, this fighting here, and it's like why is Mehmet still alive? Roosevelt finally picking up rifling tech too. Here we go. Finally, there's the stack moving forward with like artillery in it. It's not that big of a stack though. There's only like 10 units here. I mean, they're so much better than Mehmed's garbage, but still. That siege is going to take a while. There's only, oh no, it's the dreaded 1 trebuchet in the stack problem. He might get stuck there for a while. How about the next city in order? Oh no, 1 trebuchet. No, Mao. Stuck with 1 trebuchet. Ugh. He has 1 trebuchet up there and 1 trebuchet here. If he just attacked with all his units, he would capture the city easily. I hate it when the AI does that. Roosevelt doing the same. Doesn't he have like 6 trebuchets here? Got some war elephants up here. I don't know. Roosevelt also is finishing rifling, so he'll have rifles to throw at this pretty soon. This city's top defender is a chariot, so I don't think that's going to last much longer. And this is down to 28%. But the top defender is a chariot, so how about at Istanbul? We might see the Ottoman capital get captured this turn. Let's see. Nope, looks like Mansa didn't get it. But we do see Moscow captured, just barely. There was a longbow trying to reinforce, but couldn't get there in time. Are we finally going to see a leader get eliminated on turn 270? This city is down to its last defenders. Oh, never mind. Santiago did get captured. I guess Mao got tired of waiting and just ordered the attack, which was the correct decision. So Chichen Itza disappears now. But we might see an elimination, so I'm going to, again, watch to see, because the defenses are almost down here on this city. We do! Oh! Peter finally snatches the crown for first to die. Peter, finally. Someone eliminated, finally. I mean, he really tried hard. The Isabella and Mehmed looked like they were locks at various points, but Peter was like, no, I'm going to be first to die. Please, please make me first to die in this game. So we'll refresh the map. And now finally, for the first time all day, we actually go ahead and look at the spreadsheet for the game. So we can edit this in. So Peter, first to die. Wow. I can pick him, can't I? I picked him to come in second, but his game he just horribly watched this game. I wonder if that happens all the time, if there was just something about this start that caused him to screw up or not. All right, it is turn 272. 272. And Roosevelt, of all people, gets the kill. I mean, I'll take the fantasy point. Over to fantasy. So a point for me, and then Peter. Who had Peter? Oops had Peter, so that's 2 points for getting the first to die. Oops has gotten 13 points, but unfortunately for him, a lot of his leaders have been eliminated. But he will have Churchill in the playoffs, and then he's got to hope that Justinian can get it done in next week's game. All right, hey, I'll take the 1 point for Roosevelt, and he's probably going to be alive for at least one more game. Shinatiao is the other one who has a ton of points. Okay. Also, Antisocial is probably going to get a big score from Matza in this game, so looking pretty good. Oh, and we got to write it in for first eliminated Peter. I don't think that was super popular, but we're looking at Mansa first. Yeah, not a lot of people had that, but we're looking at a lot of people with Mansa first and Mao second. So a lot of people are going to score well, and they're not going to be me. Alrighty. So we're back to Civ. Okay. All right. On we go. So now we're watching probably the demise of some of these other leaders. Santiago got swallowed up by Ottoman culture, but not for long, because I presume that Mansa is going to take this city pretty soon. Yep, there's almost nothing left in there. Even though Mansa's like half-assing this war, he's not even committing very many units, but he's still winning it anyway, because he has so much, such a tech advantage. And like I said, we'll do a fresh look at where everybody stands once we are down to just 3 leaders, which we seem like will be pretty soon. All right, Mansa finishing mass media does mean the UN could get built soon. I don't think there's enough votes for anyone to win. Let's just see, though, real quick. So Mao, how do people feel about Mansa Musa? So no one, I don't think anyone would vote for him. Roosevelt's closest at +5, but I don't think he would vote at +5. How about Mao? Because he'll also be. Roosevelt would actually vote for Mao. Huh. Would that wouldn't be enough to get over the top though, right? Just out of curiosity. Because like Mehmed might vote against Mansa. Hold on, how much population does Mansa have? He's right around having enough to block a vote. I don't think there can be quite enough for Mal to win, but it's not impossible. Probably not, though. I don't think so. Wow, Manta just building every late game wonder. We'll get a sense for where people stand on the Secretary General votes and go from there. So this city should get captured, and now it's down to just one city remaining for Mehmed, Ankara. Gonna free up a lot of culture when that's gone. Over here, Mao's taking a little bit longer. Rostov liberated to the Chinese. Okay. Boy, that city Novgorod going to Nansa in the earlier Peter War has really screwed over these conquests for Roosevelt. He has a bunch of these cities, but they're also crushed by culture. He can't do anything with them. Poor guy. Mansa's not that far off a cultural victory either. Like he has a lot of culture in like these cities. What's it is? A lot of Tad. Where is Tad Mecca anyway? Unfortunately, his capital got knocked. Where is that city? Tad Mecca. Oh, here it is. Yeah, he's only looking at 50-ish turns for a cultural victory. So even if he, oh wait, did he turn on the slider? He must have turned on the slider because he's got, yeah, he's running the culture slide. He's going culture, you guys. He's not going space. He's going culture. Always a possibility with Mansa. He's apparently decided he's headed for culture in about 50 turns, which would put him pretty close to where I predicted the game ending. So maybe I can get at least a couple points from that. But I have spaceship, so why is the slider on? 100% slider. The AIs like to run the slider on um, plastics. I don't know why that's the tech they like to sit on, but that happens a lot. All right. That also explains why Roosevelt's territory is so crushed culturally. It does mean that Mao could potentially look to go after Mansa Musa from border tension, but probably not. He's pleased after this war is over, I mean. But it does also put the game on a timer. It means the game's not going to last too much longer because like that culture is a ticking clock, and when it fills up, game ends. Ah, pulled the camera away just as the Izzy's capital gets captured. I love the ship in a fort. All right. So it shouldn't take Mal too much longer to finish running over these cities. Because he has a lot of pikes in here. She's on rifling, but at this point it's too late. Way too late. And Mansa's finally gotten his army up to the capital. So goodbye, goodbye, Mehmed. Only we see no one eliminated for 270 turns, and then very rapid eliminations of the following AIs. Because I don't think we see Izzy last for more than 10 more turns either. All right, turn 282. That was fast. All right, Mehmed out on turn 282. GG Season 5 champ. So Mansa gets the kill credit. And that's a fantasy point for antisocial. Yeah, there we go. All right. Back to the game. What do you think about automatically seeding defending champs? I don't think that that's needed because most of the time people that are the champions have enough points that they're seeded anyway. So this is the first year. I think this is like the first year that the champion wasn't seeded anyway. It's not a bad idea, but I don't know. I'm okay with him Roosevelt liberating his cities away. It's no surprise because they're getting crushed by Mansa's culture. Like, look at this city. Already has a chance to flip. How close is Mansa to domination? Okay, he's not close to domination. It's not a bad idea, but like I said, most of the time it's kind of irrelevant. All right, so here's our UN Secretary General vote. Mansa's going to win the election, I suspect. Barcelona gets captured. Yeah. Roosevelt voted for Mansa. Interesting. Not voted for Mao. Because Roosevelt's votes would have been enough to swing the election either way. He decided he wanted Mansa as the winner. Ah, he's friendly with Mansa. Okay, now Mansa actually could win a Diplo victory because he's got the friendly. Even though it's only +6, I believe that friendly means that they vote for you in the UN. You voted against us? No. Down to just Mao is down to just cautious. I just don't know if there's that much time left in the game. Of course, for my sake, I would love to have Mao finish off Mansa, then attack Mansa. I mean, if he attacks someone, it would be Mansa. With Mansa doing enough damage to knock him into into third place, so that Roosevelt could get a thoroughly undeserved second. I don't know. We'll see. There's not that much time left in the game because Mansa's running the culture slider here. Yeah, it's going to be around roughly turn 325. I think was roughly what we're seeing. So Wallata is the slowest right now. 40 turns. So like I said, around turn 325 roughly. That's our countdown. It's roughly 40 turns from now. It's like I said, I do feel like it's been a little weird that Mansa and Mao have been allies the whole game, just because their peace weight is so different. Mansa's is 9. Isn't Mal's like 1 or 2? Like they just kind of randomly lucked into having the same religion and then fought on the same side in wars. So I do think it's been a little bit odd that they've been such good friends throughout this game. I'm not sure that that was something that was likely to have happen, but it just shook out that way that they ended up being really good friends. All right, so these frigates are bombarding down the defenses in here. If you're curious about the power chart, Mao is now significantly weaker than Mansa. That was not the case a little while ago when Mao was much stronger, but tech makes a big difference. Border tension matters a lot. Piece weight also does matter though, too. It's not one or the other, it's both. All right, Izzy should only have maybe 1 or 2 more turns left, and then she's done. When the AI runs the culture slider, though, there's certainly a lot of cultural tension. All right, we have the anti-nuclear vote. This should be it for Izzy. She has no defenses left in this city. GG, my picks for today went badly wrong. I mean, badly wrong. Yeah, early it was just religion, and like it's still kind of weird to me that Mansa's religion, which was way up here, like insta spread down here. A little bit odd, but just random. The game certainly would have been a lot different if Izzy's religion had spread via water over there. Would have had a very different game, but it just didn't play out that way. All right, so that is Isabella out. Chalk very much holding form in this game. So she's out on turn 291. Only a dozen turns basically after the first elimination. Game 7, turn 291. And this is a Mao kill. So for fantasy, who has Mao? Oh, Antisocial is Mao as well. Okay, this is going to be a very good scoring game for Antisocial. Has Mansa and Mao. So he's looking at a pretty big score here, which he needs because he has very few leaders. He had the least leaders of any of us, but his leaders are hitting. If Mansa had flopped today, as I was thinking would happen, Antisocial would have been in bad shape. Map kind of looks like a red Smurf with blue eyes. Okay. Oh yeah, and Methmed should be marked dead. Thank you. I'll just mark that in. Thank you for that quick. And Methmed needs to be crossed off. Ljubljana, Methmed for 15 gold, I think, was a good pickup. And Methmed was pretty strong throughout this game, but it just didn't quite come together for him in this one. All right. And Isabella, I got to mark Isabella too. Whoops. That's right. Isabella was on Kajatlik's team. Also, Izzy for 17, I don't think was a bad pickup either. Okay, I got them both off camera for you guys, but I got them both. All right. All right, so we are now in a situation where we're down to 3 leaders. So let's do our game reset. In terms of research, Matza has no research because he's running the culture slider. Mao is apparently an anarchy, so let's wait until he's not revolting. He went free religion, free speech. Okay. Well, everybody kind of likes each other. In fact, interestingly enough, after that, Mao is cautious with Roosevelt and pleased with Matza. So now he's more likely to attack Roosevelt, although they have very little border tension. I guess they have a little. Interesting. Roosevelt is friendly with Matza. Matza's friendly with him. So Mao's the only one who can plot war. Actually, Matza could plot war too. Actually, Roosevelt can plot war as well. So they all can still declare war. Forgot about that. All right, he's not plotting. No surprise. I don't expect any of them to be plotting wars right now, but yeah. So not much going on there. Okay, what we actually were trying to see is how fast people were researching. So Mao, 900 beakers, Roosevelt, 400. Wow, that's not very good at all, Roosevelt. He's pretty weak, isn't he? In terms of the graphs, that's really the story of the game. Now, this is a little unfair because Mats is running the culture slider, and there's more culture multipliers than beaker multipliers. So running the culture slider always makes you look like you have insane GMP, but it's not entirely crazy. Production, food. Mao's actually a little bit ahead of him in food. Power, yeah. And as we know, there's not a lot of time left in this game because Walata is already about to hit 30K. So 32 turns left. Like we said, we're looking at turn 325-ish. Hasn't really moved much. Maybe I get my pity points from getting the date right because I'm not getting anything else right. And we've also been locked at 14 wars. So, we got to 14 so fast and then we kind of froze at 14. We might just be stuck there unless we get one more. Yeah, and these cities getting liberated to no surprise. They would probably just flip away. All right, we'll just next turn a bit and check to see if anyone is plotting war. Right now, not a lot going on. Vance is running the slider. Mao and Roosevelt just chilling. Vance is not that close to domination. He would need to fight someone to have any chance. He's like, what, 13% short? He's not going to get that just by running the slider. If he was like 2% short, he might have enough to get to domination, but not 12% short or whatever he is. Hey, Roosevelt, turn 299 education. So 20. Well, we're down to 20 turns because he's building culture in here. Down to 20 turns. I swear he's gonna win on turn 319, and my 330 is gonna miss by 1 turn, just so I can lose a few more points. We'll see. Maybe someone declares war and we have another conflict. Mao would probably be the most likely. We couldn't betray our close friend. We're scared of them. I mean, Mansa could declare war too. I don't see him doing that. Typically, when the AI is running the culture slider, they don't declare war. Usually not how it works. And we're not seeing any Diplo victory votes. Could Mansa win by Diplo? He's no longer friendly with Roosevelt's no longer friendly towards him, so I don't think so. Mao would be his opponent. He would need to pull Roosevelt's vote. I don't think that +5 would be enough to get the vote. It's not impossible though to see that that could tick up there. Just stopping to check like every 5 turns to see if something pop up. But we're probably going to see these 3 leaders be the 3 that survive, to the 2 of them going on to the playoffs and then Roosevelt going to the wildcard game. All right, still 15 turns. Still right on pace for turn 320, which I think some people have. Probably some people have it exactly 320. So not a lot going on right now, aside from Roosevelt losing more and more tiles to the immense culture of Mansa Musa. Like, look at these poor cities like Philadelphia and San Francisco and Moscow. Because all of his cities are outputting so much culture. It's pretty bad. Mal's got all his units down here. But it's hard to see him yeah, he's like he's like I'm content with my second place is what the vibe I'm getting from Mao. He's like, yeah, this is fine. So global free religion. I'll check the diplomacy once again, but yeah, not much change here, except that Mansa's now friendly towards Roosevelt. So if he were to declare war, it would have to be on Mao, because even Mansa can't plot war at and he got his first legendary city. You know, he would have won even faster if he hadn't lost his capital, which reset all the culture in there. Are we still looking at 10 turns here? Still looking at 10 turns for right now. So some of the endings are very dramatic. This ending is not terribly dramatic. I said from extremely early on that Mansa would win, and indeed he is winning very comfortably. Golden Age for Mao, I don't expect that to do a whole lot, but we'll see. This is just the Secretary General vote, not the Diplo victory vote. So Mansa continues to hold the control of the vote. All right, still looking at 5 turns here. I think and it looks like it's going to stay at 5 turns. It's not close to tipping over to 4 turns. So it looks like we're going to be turn 320, barring something really weird happening. Like, I guess you could always get a great artist and drop a culture bomb in there. But, oh wait. Walada's actually pulled ahead of Tad Mecca. Wait a minute. Where's Tad Mecca? It's actually not going to be that. It's going to be slightly later than that. Where's Tad Mecca? Here it is. 6 turns. It's going to be turn 322. So it's going to be slightly longer. I don't know if that's good or bad for some people, but he needs like an extra 2 turns because Walada is actually not the slowest city. It's Tad Mecca is the slowest city. Roosevelt signs a defensive pact. You know, if there was more time than like 3 turns left in this game, that might be meaningful. Yeah, look at this. Mal's now cautious with both of them. We are upset you've signed defensive pacts. Your spies were caught causing trouble. But as far as I can tell, no one's plotting war right now. Nope. Oh, well, Mao is. He'll be at war with both of them if he does. Does this war trigger before the victory hits to get 2 more wars and steal a point away from me in the fantasy contest? Because he's plotting. Don't know if he's going to be able to get the war off, though, before the game just ends, thanks to cultural victory hitting. So there's Walada hitting, and now the only city remaining is Tad Mecca, and it just needs 2 more turns. Yeah, it's not like that can be sped up to 1 more turn. All right. So are we going to see the war declarations, or are we going to see the end of the game here? All right. Roosevelt declares war on Mao. The interesting thing about this, though, is Mao was about to declare war, and then trigger the defensive pact, which would have meant 2 wars, but instead we only have one. So instead we had it 15 instead of 16, interestingly enough. I don't know why Roosevelt would have started this war, because that seems to be pure suicide. I mean, I don't know why this would declare war on this. Why would he declare war? He hasn't built any units in ages. Oh well. One last thing to make no sense as the game ends, because Mansa's cultural victory hits on this turn 322. And all of you who went chalk landed it perfectly. Mansa first, Mao second. I'm slightly disgusted, but it is. Womp womp. First and second. So all of you enjoy your points. You pick the seeded leaders, and unlike every other game this season, the seeded leaders came through perfectly in first and second. Definitely went the way Mansa wanted. Game did not play out the way I expected it to. And the weirdest thing for me in this game is not Mansa winning. Like, I predicted from like turn 80 that Mansa was going to win. But the thing that was unexpected was Mal becoming really good friends with Mansa. I still think that's weird and not likely to happen in a lot of games. So, like, I'm not surprised Mansa won, but I am surprised that Mao and Mansa were total buds the entire game. I thought if Mansa won, Roosevelt would be almost certainly the second place finisher. So, kind of a weird synergy that the two of them just like ended up in this game long friendship, but it worked for them because they went 1-2, and they were definitely the strongest two at the end of the game. All right, let's watch to see what happens. So I still maintain that the biggest thing that happened in the early game is this Barb City just completely screws over Isabella's game. I told you guys, if you're watching from the beginning of the stream, I was like, okay, Izzy is not going to win the game as soon as this Barb City pops up. It's just complete randomness. Could be anywhere in the map, but it just means she can't expand west, and that's why Mao gets so strong in this game. Izzy can't expand. She gets blocked by the Barb City. It completely ruined her game. Um, Completely and utterly ruined it. And then Peter does whatever, and as soon as that happened, my picks were basically ruined as soon as that happened. So if I was frustrated, it's because by turn like 60, everything I had predicted for the game had already was never going to happen. All right, and then Peter declares war on Roosevelt, which further sinks his game. This just like ensures that he's going to be useless the whole game. And I mean, he survives, but like ensures he's going to be totally useless for the rest of the game. No, I've watched enough alternate histories. I can tell you the Barb cities pop up in random spots. Like there could have been a Spanish unit just standing in that tile randomly, and then a Barb city doesn't pop up there. So Mao and Mehmed fought a lot, which was kind of interesting. And oh, this was it. This was when I said when this war declaration happened. That was when I said I said Mansa wins, because the one thing that the rest of the field needed was Mehmed to attack him. We saw later in the game Mehmed did a lot of damage, even a full generation behind in tech. And at this moment, they were actually equal in tech. But the moment that Mao declares war on Mehmed, like the game's over. Mansa will win because no one has stopped him. Peter has attacked Roosevelt, and Mao has attacked Mehmed, and so Mansa just does his thing, and then the game's over as soon as that happens. Like for all intents and purposes, sure, something weird could happen down the road, but for all intents and purposes, the game's over at that point because no one can ever catch up to no one can ever catch up to Mansa and tech. Like the game's just over at that point. Um, so in addition, I mean, we saw some more twists and turns, like Izzy declaring war on Mao created some drama down here because these two, if they'd been able to work together, maybe could have taken over Mao and then maybe they can threaten Mansa. But whenever that happened, Mansa kept coming in to save the day, which was in his own interest, but also helped out. And so, we had some back and forth, like that cycle kind of continued a couple times. And then Mehmed did some real damage here, but Mansa already was too close to rifles. And so like the carousel continues, but like the basic contours are of the game don't ultimately change. Mansa is the strongest. No one can catch him in tech. Mao is his buddy, so Mao can work together with him. And Roosevelt is like the mascot, the fuzzy mascot that tags along. And anyone who wasn't part of their team was just going to get eliminated. And that's what happened very slowly with all kinds of weird failed attacks. But ultimately, that's how it plays out. They all eliminate one of their opponents. And Mantha just decides he wants to go culture instead of space, which he equally could have done, and takes home the cultural victory instead. So there you go. Mantha first, Mao his good friend second. They never fought, never came into conflict with one another, even though their piece weights are totally different. Give Mehmet a corner start. Yeah, I really think that I thought Roosevelt had a really nice start. I would have loved to have seen like Mehmet in that start, or Mao. Mao in that start would have been pretty amazing too. But culture it is instead. So I'm not looking forward to the scoring for this game because I'm gonna get I think 5 points, and I think a whole bunch of you have 15 or 20 or something because so many of the favorites hit. If you want to see how far ahead, we need to put. So we put it on Mal, and then anything that's not him is Mansa. So Mansa has like double his econ, although again he's running the slider, it's a little wonky, but also double his production. They're actually very close in food. Mal has slightly more food, but Mansa's way ahead in power. He has like double the land area. He's way ahead in. No, actually, Mal's higher in population. Okay, that's weird. I don't know quite why that was. Maybe Manta was running a gazillion specialists or something. I don't know, but there you have it.